And here we are. How you doing, everybody? Good morning to all of you out there watching today from around the world. Nice to have you here. It's a Friday. Welcome to Friday, kids. It's November the 19th, 2021. It is option expiry day today, and it's the week before Thanksgiving in the U.S. and we have got stuff going on. And as I've mentioned to you from time to time, you've got to understand if you want to make money in this market, you have to understand what moves markets. Sometimes what moves markets isn't what your president says in the United States or your prime minister says in Canada or in UK or what Germany says or what China says. It's what's happening overall in the globe. And in the last couple of days, there's been stuff going on that is becoming rather prevalent right now. It's like coming right in front of the faces of investment advisors globally. Now, in North America today, I can bet you right now that at every bond desk, at trading desk, every stock trading desk, at banking centers, currency trading desks, the bond traders, the stock traders, the option traders, the futures traders. I can pretty well assure you that this morning a topic came up that I'm about to talk to you about that is now front and center and cannot be ignored and will be watched very closely because this could have serious ramifications on markets and economies and a bunch of other things. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about what we talked. I mentioned this a couple days ago to you guys. I happened to say, I don't know, I think it was last week, Thursday, Friday, maybe on Monday this week. I may have mentioned to you how Austria was looking to restrict people's movements in their country if they have not been vaccinated. The anti-vaxxers. Austria is desperately trying to get their vaccination rates up. It's a country of 9.5 million people. Doesn't sound like much. It's not even the population of New York, or kind of is, I guess, New York City. But Austria is a country that a lot of people go through. People go to Austria to do business, come from Austria, go out to do business, and come to and keep going to do more business. So if you're going to go from Germany to Italy and you have a company doing a lot of business in Europe, your likelihood is on a business trip, you'll go from Germany to Austria and Austria to Italy. You'll stop at Slovenia or Czechoslovakia or the Czech Republic. Switzerland, Austria are neighbors. France, Switzerland, Austria, very close. I mean, Europe is a tight area. And if you talk about 7 or 8 countries around, say a 300-mile radius of, say, the edge of France, you've got 300 million people. That's a lot of business being done, a lot of money. Austria is extremely important for the economy of Europe, believe it or not. The Austrian government is desperately trying to stamp out the virus because the problem they're having in Austria is that their case counts are surging. They're just out of control again. And it's the fifth wave or whatever the number is for those guys. They are experiencing a huge number of people in the emergency rooms, anti-vaxxed, and they've got casualties over there, and they're desperately trying to get people vaccinated across the board. And so they've decided today to announce that they're going to another national lockdown. The entire country is going into a lockdown, I think, starting Monday. It is unthinkable. And the other piece of news out of Austria is not only that they're not going to. That's not it. Like, that's not the end of it. Beyond that, they're going to mandate mandatory vaccinations for all citizens of the country. Now it'll be law. It isn't. Forget your religion and forget your personal beliefs and forget about the fact that you know your body more than anyone else knows your body. Forget about it. It's now going to become national law that you must be vaccinated. I have no idea how they're going to enforce this. I don't know if they're going to have police checking papers on every street corner. Don't get me. Don't go there. All right. Don't go there. If you're a constitutionalist and freedom rights and all that, just just relax, all right? I'm telling you that Austria is going into a national lockdown because the virus has is running rampant again. They are vaccinated to the tune of, I don't know, 70, 80% already, and yet that's not stopping this thing. And this is what I'm getting at. I'm trying to get to the point here that even with 70, 80% vaccination rates, we thought in North America, and leading experts thought, wow, gee, once you get to that kind of level of vaccination, the only people in trouble will be people with other issues, other health issues, and those who don't vaccinate that should be might get sick and all that kind of. But we'll control it because 85% of us or 80% of us are vaccinated. We should be all right. Not happening in Austria, not working out. And so now the next story I'll tell you about, the next little ditty, as the dominoes start to fall here, because that's what's going on. This is a domino story. The next little ditty now comes out of Germany, and this is the one country in Europe. You, as an investor, do not want to hear bad news coming out of Germany. This is the one of all the European countries. When it comes to business and markets, you do not want to hear bad news coming out of Germany. You don't want to hear news that could be perceived as economic bad news coming out of Germany. You don't even want you don't even want like people thinking that might be a chance that there could be a chance that there might be something, possibly something bad could happen because of Germany. You don't want to have any of that because markets hate that with a passion. Bond traders panic, currency traders panic. It just starts a whole chain of crap. Well, Germany is now considering going on a national lockdown like Austria. They're neighbors. This virus doesn't give a crap where you live. It doesn't care what you believe in. It doesn't care what team you cheer for. It doesn't care what beer you drink. It doesn't care what God you pray to or what. It doesn't care. The virus doesn't care. The virus is an equal opportunity killer. It will kill anyone it can get its hands on, anywhere, anytime, and it doesn't give a crap. And Germany is now looking at the Austrian numbers and their own domestic numbers inside Germany, and they too they've already come out and said it in the last 2 weeks. They said that the next wave of this virus is a literal pandemic against the unvaccinated. It is killing the unvaccinated at ungodly rates. I mean, it's not even, don't even try to compare someone who's been vaccinated with someone who hasn't been vaccinated. The death rate among the non-vaccinated is just off the charts. They're now talking about the possibility of a full-blown national lockdown, and that could mean no air traffic in and out of Germany, no rail traffic in and out, no travel, period. Outsiders, forget about it. Think about it coming here. Germans coming back, going right into quarantine. We're talking about just, we may have in Germany national law that will also make it mandatory that you must get vaccinated. Now, if this is happening and the wheels are happening, the wheels are turning, I think it will. I think they'll go down this path one step after another. And that means France is next. That means Italy is next. Switzerland, Spain, Portugal, Belgium, Denmark, eventually the UK, all the Baltic states. It will become a Europe-wide thing. And I can tell you that every single time now in a year and 3/4 since we've started this whole pandemic thing back in January, February of 2020, whatever Europe has going on happens in North America within 2 to 6 weeks. We're next. And I can tell you that in the United States, there is no way in hell there's going to be a national lockdown. There's no. I can tell you in the United States that you will have 50 states all going their own different direction because that's what the United States is doing these days. It's possible that Canada may do a national lockdown again, and or its first ever. But then Canada also has 10 provinces, and territories, so there's 14 now. But the 10 provinces of Canada could also, for a while, go their own way, but they will quickly line up. If Quebec and Ontario get together on the same kind of page, that is 65% of the population of the country. The rest will happen. Western Canada will likely go into lockdown, but the problem in British Columbia is that these floods they've had the last 2 days, unbelievable nightmare in British Columbia. Uh, and Alberta being like Texas, being a free-thinking, right-wing side of place, and paying a dear price. Alberta has paid a dear price for being so-called independent and all that. They're getting annihilated up there. This is a mess. Now, I started this whole thing by telling you one thing can lead to another, and this is why you have to watch what's happening outside of your little neighborhood to understand what could happen to the markets. Let me go on. So Europe is watching Germany and Austria. Germany is watching the Austria thing. The world is watching the Austria thing. And what do we notice this morning on the markets? Oil is off $2.40 a barrel. It's down to 76.59. This stuff was flowing at 88 bucks a barrel a week and a half ago. We've dropped $12. We're dropping 15% in the price of oil. You've probably noticed in your neighborhood how cheap gas is now. You haven't, but you're going to hopefully see some price drops. Remember, your local gasoline seller, distributor, they're looking to rip you off one more time. Next week, they want to rip you off through Thanksgiving, one more weekend. We're just trying to keep this price as high as possible and keep talking about a cold winter and supply chain problems. And we try to soak you patsies out there. I'm kidding. The patsies that are supposedly us for $4 or $5 a gallon gas. The gas companies are working as hard as they can to sap every nickel out of your pocket between now and the end of next week. Thanksgiving, USA. The week after Thanksgiving, do not be surprised if gas starts dropping 25 to 30 cents a gallon per week if these prices persist. But between now and next week, it's too late. It's baked in. You're going to get ripped off at the pump. And depending on where you are in the country, you're going to get screwed royally by your local oil and gas company because they own you. They own the politicians. They own the system. And they've got it where they want it. Okay. So we're noticing oil is off. They don't like this, by the way. The oil companies are not happy that oil is off today of all days. They don't need this the week before Thanksgiving, but it's happening because now the perception is that Europe going into a lockdown, if this happens across Europe, a full-blown lockdown, oil consumption will drop dramatically. And this screws up all the projections from the oil and gas companies. This screws up the Middle East financial projections all over the place. We're going to have budget problems in Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Iran, every country that produces oil and gas. And you think Venezuela is bad now? Oh, it gets worse. Mexico's going to have problems. This is going to be a real financial nightmare for dozens of countries because they are addicted to the high price of oil, even though we're drowning in this stuff. I keep talking about it, but anyway, there you are. There's that. Other problems. If Europe goes into a full-blown lockdown and it's happening just before Christmas, hello, have you noticed the calendar, folks? Have you really paid attention to it? Do you know this? Do you notice that the date today is the 19th of November? Just let that sink in. This next weekend in the United States is the biggest shopping weekend of the year, personally and online. It's a big one. Europe too. Europe, big weekend. This is it. This is Christmas time. All the little towns in Austria and Germany and France and Czech Republic, they all have their Weihnacht displays out, Christmas displays, and their lighting is up, and the retailers are looking for it's go time. This is where we make our money. We're going into a lockdown. What? Austria going into a full-blown national lockdown on Monday. You can kiss Christmas retail numbers out the door for Austria. Germany follows right behind. Just the mere threat of this happening will keep people back. They will hold up. They will not just go out there. Yeah, the young and the reckless and the anti-vaxxers, they'll party until there's no, of course. But we're talking about maybe 20% of the population. And we're not talking about, generally speaking, when it comes to the younger crowd, we're not talking about the money. The money is going to stay indoors. What do I mean when I say the money? I'm talking about 40 and older. I'm talking about the people with the money. Those of you out there making serious wages as experienced managers and vice presidents and presidents, I'm talking about seniors who have the dough. Moms and dads have the money. Remember, you 30-year-old kids, you got 50, 70, 60, 70-year-old parents. They're the ones with the money. They're not going out. They're not going to go out. They're going to be afraid to go out, and they're going to go out very sparingly. And this will upset the apple cart. Now, coming back to the stock market, how bad can it be? Well, we just came through retail earnings last week, and everyone breathed a sigh of relief that, for the most part, retail sales in the U.S. were higher and looked good. But this next quarter, the quarter we're in now, and into the next quarter, we could have ourselves a bit of a pullback. And we don't need a 20% pullback to create a problem in the stock market. All we need is what we had happen on Cisco the last 48 hours. Cisco comes out with their earnings report the other night, talking about making billions of dollars in profit. Billions, 8% increase in profit, 8% increase in sales, firing here and there, and then mentioning the obvious that while we do have supply chain issues that we're dealing with like everybody else, and the market took a dump on the stock. Why? It was priced to perfection. That's what they call it. Personally, I think it is analysts not getting with the program, not willing to understand or bake into numbers that there's a pandemic going on and it's going to affect everyone. And you better be expecting companies to actually not do as well as they've been doing. And if they even match their numbers from a year or two ago, you ought to be happy with that. And if they are within 3 or 4 percentage points of your estimate, you should be going, I'm cutting them a break. But they're not. These analysts out there are saying, the company's sales fell short of expectations, or the company did not earn the earnings fall short of estimates. And investors out there get ripped off by being bullied or told by their analysts to sell the stock because they're not meeting the numbers. And there are some innocent Cisco investors out there who were holding stock at 55, 56 bucks a share a couple days ago, who were told to dump this thing and foolishly listen to these morons, and they sold their stock into the market. And the stock hit yesterday, what was it, 51.08, closing at 53.69 or 53.63 yesterday. It actually recovered a couple of bucks already, and it's higher this morning, another 6 cents. It'll be back to 54.55 in a couple of weeks. There was no need to sell the stock, no need to get out, but the damage has been done. How many option players got killed the last 2 days on Cisco? Because analysts are overhyping the difficulty of companies to try and make a living in this market. And yet Cisco has no problem making money. They're making all kinds of it. Incredibly good, well-run company, a massive cash flow, cash cow. And yet here you go. If we go into lockdowns in Germany, Austria, Germany, and others, this will affect all markets globally, because Germany is one of the world top 5 economies. You get France involved, that's a top 10 economy. You get Italy involved, that's a top 10 economy. All of a sudden, 3 of the top 10s are in trouble. They're not going to make, their companies are going to be nowhere near their estimates, nowhere near. And that means U.S. corporations are going to get hit too, because America has this incredible ability. Americans, American business people, are incredibly talented, and they're global. And they have operations in Europe, and they buy and control and own subsidiary companies that are based in Europe. And the UK, if you think the UK is having a tough time already, they had a gasoline shortage, 2 months ago, because they couldn't get enough gasoline delivered to gas stations, because truckers won't come in from the EU because they're no longer welcome under the Brexit crap. That's just the tip of the iceberg for the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom's problems run much deeper than that. They're already yelling at each other over there in Parliament about accusing one party of this and the other party of that. You've seen nothing yet. You've seen nothing. It's when the UK figures out they can't sell goods to the Europeans, not because of Brexit. It's because the Europeans don't need their merchandise right now. They're locked up. This is where Europe also, the UK also will be heavily affected. That's when finally some average people on the street in North America might pay attention to this problem and go, oh, the UK's having problems. Oh, wow. Wonder how that happened. It's been going on behind the scenes from Austria to Germany, different. Anyway, this whole thing is a chain reaction that is getting more and more concerning. I can't tell you what will happen if there's a lockdown in Japan or Indonesia or Vietnam or Malaysia or India, Pakistan. The China thing, I can't tell you what they're going to do. You tell me what the hell China's going to do. China doesn't talk. China issues press releases about how great they are and how bad everyone else is. And they don't talk about the fact that, this is where it started. This whole thing started in China. And because they didn't take action like they should have, and they didn't allow the World Health Organization in to help them stop the damn thing, it got out of the region of the Wuhan area. It's now a global problem. Thank you very much, China. The first people to pay the big price was Iran. The incredible story of how Iran and China have close ties together. And air travel between Iran and China has never been affected. And Iran, within weeks of the breakout, started having 10,000 cases a day in Iran. And it just went nuts because they had no clue. Well, the Chinese aren't going to tell them that they were infecting them like ridiculously. People coming back from China to Iran were super spreaders. They had no idea. They were thousands a day were coming in and spreading it all over the place. And Iran has paid a terrible price. The bad news is there are countries other than China that also allow travel between Iran and themselves, and they too got it. And that's why we're global. And it's only a matter of time with what happens in downtown Wuhan, China, will eventually end up in downtown Peoria, downtown Illinois, somewhere, downtown Salt Lake City, maybe, downtown Portland, downtown Austin, Texas. Yeah, wherever it starts, it will end up in your town. And here we go. And now the Austrians are battling a nightmare scenario. And it's a nightmare. They only have 9.5 million people. I keep trying to remind you, they're not like a 500 million people country. 9.5 million people going into a full-blown lockdown, now making it a national mandatory vaccination program. No exceptions. That is going to spread. And it has to, because the virus cannot be stopped even at 85% vaccination rate. Yikes. I know there are 20-something percent of Americans and Canadians and others who don't want to get vaccinated. This guarantees a disaster continuing to unfold. This guarantees nightmares. Might be regional, might be national. We're going to find out real soon. I'm just saying it's going to be something. So kids, the Dow is off 185 right now. It dropped 300 points this morning when the Austria news broke. The Dow futures dropped 300 points. S&P down 8, and NASDAQ right now is up 77. It's oblivious to it because NASDAQ is dominated by the FANG stocks, and these guys have found ways to make money despite the pandemic. But then again, look at their business. Do they need you to drive to a shopping mall for them to be successful? No, they're doing everything online. They're onliners. And the onliners will do just fine. Thank you very much. And the good news for you guys who are playing this market, hanging out with me all the time, is that a lot of the stocks that we follow are, the kind of companies you don't need to necessarily go to the shopping mall for to support, like Rocket Lab. Rocket Lab launches satellites into space. Just launched one yesterday successfully. They're getting ready to start recovering their rockets. They did a bunch of testing yesterday on the rocket that came back, and they're very happy with the recovery efforts and all that. That's going to work out. Fabulous. SoFi, online banking. You don't need to leave the house to use to make SoFi money. You can make SoFi money from the comfort of your bathroom while you're taking a dump. SoFi has got it going on. GameStop, going e-commerce. We know that. We know GameStop's talking about all kinds of other areas they want to get into. Nothing to do with you getting in your car or getting on a subway to go to a GameStop store. All the future of GameStop's success will come from you making the money from the comfort of your home. Matterport, digitizing real estate. Talk about totally keeping you from traveling. You don't need to go anywhere. All you need is a phone, laptop, or an iPad, and you can work with Matterport, and it can work for you. 23andMe. Do you need to go to a shopping mall to use 23andMe? No. 23andMe is going to help produce drugs, going to help produce medications, and they're going completely into a telemedical, metamedical universe that has nothing to do with us leaving the house to make them richer. And ME will get richer with us without us leaving our homes. Spire Global, what do? They manage satellites that are up in orbit, and satellites are being put in orbit all the time. 2 by Rocket Lab yesterday, 2 more. Spire is handling the data transfer of unbelievable amounts of data. They make you money if you're a shareholder without leaving your house. ATIP Physical Therapy. Now, there's one company where you got to get off your butt, no matter how much it hurts, or your hip with your knee or your ankle or your shoulder or your elbow. You got to go and get treated. But the good news for ATIP, there'll be a 40% increase in 65-year-olds over the next 10, 15 years. And so ATIP's business is booming, will continue to boom, and we'll wear a mask to get treated, and they'll wear masks when we get there. Smart Rent. Hey, a Smart Rent is going to make a ton of money. They install these smart systems in brand new homes, apartments, and condos, helping managers and owners manage their homes from afar, remotely. Smart Rent. They make money whether you're home or not, and they don't need you to go to a shopping mall to make them richer. I love Smart Rent, as you know. And then there's Sextera. Data processing centers. Here we go. Any move you make, anything you do, you order something from Amazon online, you make Sextera richer. You buy your groceries at your grocery store and you have your card swiped, your membership card for points, you make Sextera richer. You pay with a credit card, you make Sextera richer. Do you use a debit card with transactions? Do you transfer money electronically? Do you surf the internet? Do you do anything online ever? You make Sextera richer. These guys have got it going on. These companies right here that we talk about all the time do not have to worry about a virus necessarily. They don't have to worry about you being locked up. They don't have to worry about UK people being locked into their homes, or Germany or Austria. They'll make just as much money whether they're on a national lockdown or not. They might even make more in some cases, because some of these companies will make more money if you're stuck at home. Unbelievable. So thankfully, we're in the right sector and we're in the right area of investing here. And those of you who are writing options on your stocks, taking advantage of these dips, congratulations. You are doing it right. You're making money up or down. And all of a sudden, you're just looking at the markets every day going, what direction are they going? They're going up? Oh, okay, I'm going to write options. Oh, they're going down? Oh, okay, I'll buy options back for profit. You're making money every day, no matter what way the markets want to go, because you're positioning yourself into the stocks that let you do that. Nice going, kids. You're going to be around a long, long time. And are you going to do so much better than everybody else? And I got to tell you, you're in the 1%ers. You're in the 1 percentile of investors doing it this way. 99% do not write options. 99%ers out there are long-term holders of mutual funds and ETFs. They don't do anything. They just buy and hold, or they acquire units through their employer, through matching and all that, and they have no idea what they own. They don't know who runs their money. They have no idea what their returns are. They don't pay attention to it, and they just every week they schlep away, and X amount of money every month goes into these funds, and they think nothing of it. The funds love this. Oh God, do the fund managers love people like that, because they get to manage trillions of dollars that have been entrusted to them through these employee and employer plans. And they are making a killing with this money, just a killing. And I'm trying to tell you, why don't you do what they do with your money? Why don't you manage your own money and manage it the way they manage it? And you take the gains, you take the management fees on top of the capital gain fees. You're the manager. Why shouldn't you take? And if you want to set up your own corporate structure to put it all into, you can get a tax advisor to help you with all that info. Fabulous. Yes, take advantage of the whole enchilada here and become your own self-managed hedge fund, investment fund, mutual fund, whatever you want to call yourself. Way to go. Yes, it can be done. It should be done. It must be done. And away we go. I'm looking at Matterport down 42 cents in the pre-market at 26.98. On one hand, that's bad news. On the other hand, hey, you know that this thing is down almost $4 from its high of 30.80 set 2 days ago. Do you know that some of you out there who wrote $30 and $35 contracts are looking at your contracts now going, oh man, these have really come off. I'm making all kinds of money here. Yeah, opportunity knocks, isn't it? Some of you had written $25 contracts, and you were very nervous about your situation as the stock went up over 30. Understandably so. And you were contemplating a rollover, but you never did one. And you're still sitting on the 25s, or some of you on 2250s, and some of you on 20s. The good news is that your contracts have been coming down to you. They've been coming back in price. And so all of a sudden you're now looking at a scenario where, gee, you know, I can do a rollover here into 30s, or I can consider buying back my calls that I wrote for 250, and instead of having to pay $7 or $8 for them like I would have the other day, I'm now looking at maybe three and a half. And if I do buy them at three and a half, I lose a little on the option. Of course, my stock is up $4 or $5 from when I wrote this option. So I'm up, $5 a share on a $1 loss on my contract. But all I'm doing is going to watch the Matterport. If it wants to pop back to 27, 28, I'll rewrite a new contract on it. Might be a 30 for December, something like that, or January, and I'll bring in a bunch of premiums again. And that'll more than offset this $1 carrying cost I have on this first contract. Nice. Exciting stuff. I'm very excited for you guys. What else is going on? Watching Rocket Lab, of course, 15.18, inexplicably down 30 cents a share. Just ridiculous. But it's down 30 cents a share. The markets, of course, maybe they're paying attention to the world issues. Perhaps that's what it is. Cut them a break. I get it. We're looking at the GameStop right now. It looks like at about 209, 210 a share. Yeah, 209.32 down 80. We know we have options dying today on GameStop. We'll watch that closely. 23andMe, we're watching the market here at, looks like 10.30, up 14 cents. We've got a Sextera showing 9.80. And the company was given I think it was given an upgrade yesterday with a $14 price target, something like that. Raymond James, I think. Nothing happened, made no difference to the stock yesterday. So we'll wonder if there's any follow through later today. ATIP, 382 a share, down up a penny this morning. Had a lousy day yesterday, the day before, profit taking. We'll see if we get another bounce back on this one. This is getting kind of cheap again. SoFi, if I haven't mentioned it, it's now 2022 down 35 cents. There's a room. Oh, there's stories out there today. Oh yeah, don't get sucked in on this story on SoFi. Something about how that really rich guy, Chaya Palmataria, that guy. He sold 15% of his stock. And that would be the reason why the stock has already dropped. Well, okay, let's back up a minute here. Let me take the needle on the record player and go. First of all, it was 2 or 3 days ago that the company filed a notice that they were going through the SEC and they've been approved. SEC has given the blessing that SoFi shareholders, high-end shareholders, like the founding shareholders, were allowed to liquidate 50 million shares of their stock. This is not like the creation of new paper. This is just a freeing up of stock that's been held under the deal. 50 million of their shares will be allowed to be sold total. And Barclays Bank was announced by the company as the broker dealer, to handle the 50 million share redistribution of their stock. All it means is that certain investors were granted the right to liquidate up to 50 million of their shares, and that this broker dealer would be the one to find the 50 million shares of buying. They did. They announced last night after the bell, this is done. The 50 million have been redistributed. We're finished. That's the end of that. Today we hear the headline that whatever his name, Chamath, sold 15% of his stock, and that could have caused the market to go down. No, 15% of his holdings were involved in the 50 million. Not all 50 million were his. Just some of his were in that and that represented 15%. This guy doesn't own much of the company anymore. He never really did. He had a small chunk of the original entity that was the SPAC, and it's been taken over. And his entity, his stock numbers were, his stocks were resold to someone else. There are no new shares out there. There's no new stock from the treasury. There's no dilution. There's no drop in value of the company. This is not an indictment of what's his name saying, "Oh, it's a crap company, I'm getting out." None of that. He's just allowed to cash in because the guy didn't pay $23 a share for the stock. He didn't pay $10 for the stock. He created the SPAC. Probably $1 a share or something like that. That's what these guys make. They make money when they create SPACs from nothing. But of course, through his entity and his reputation and his connections, they were able to raise hundreds of millions of dollars at $10 a share on the SPAC to pay all the legals, all the auditing, all that. And then they found pipe financing for $2 billion more, and the deal was SoFi. I mean, Chalmers and his people did a lot of work to put this deal together over 2 years. I would imagine it took 2 years from beginning to now. And like him or hate him, the guy's cashing in. And it makes no difference to the stock whatsoever, nothing to the company whatsoever. And yet there are these internet people, analyst wannabes, and we all want to be something. Okay, I want to be the next Louis Kaiser. We all have our dreams of greatness. People look upon us and go, "Oh, I really remember that guy. He did a good job." There are people out there who are covering the markets, and some are writers, some are vloggers. Is that what I am? YouTube creators. Talking about the markets. And there are people who are writing about SoFi today that because he sold off 15% of his stock, that's the reason why the shares are taking a dump. And that is complete bunk. His stock is down because of the perception of, again, innocent victims out there who don't have a stockbroker who can say to them, "Relax, Chester. The company is just allowed to move 50 million shares around, and they got a broker to redistribute it. It will make no difference to this company whatsoever. It's a good thing. You want stock to be redistributed rather than just going into the market, because the stock didn't come into the market. Barclays didn't just sell stock and hit bids. They negotiated block trades, lots of which were done off the market. It's a done deal. This 50 million was practically pre-sold before it was allowed to be sold. But there's no one to explain that to you guys. No one can explain to you, my viewers, other than myself. No one can explain to your friends, associates. If all of you out there know 5 people that buy and sell stock in the market, and that I usually have every day about 4,000 of you watch this morning show. If you all know 5 people, that means 20,000 others do not know what I've just told you. And they know 4 or 5 people each. There's 100,000. They don't know what I've just told you. It's a nothing burger. The deal is a done deal. It's over. It's done with. We move on. The stock could go up $2 today. It could, but it won't unless the street gets it. If the message gets to the street that, oh yeah, well, this was just the stock in that 50 million share block, and that was already pre-sold, and that's nothing. Brokers like myself back in the 80s, we would get these announcements, these SEC filings, and there were millions of guys like me around the world. And we would have picked up the phone the moment we got this thing, we would have picked up the phone and called our clients that held SoFi. This is how we used to do it in the old days. And we'd talk to you one-on-one, and I would tell you, oh yeah, I just got this notice from the SEC. We get these all the time for every company out there, all the time. And this one is, oh yeah, 50 million shares are being released. Those are already pre-sold. The folks over at Barclays have pre-sold them already. I can also tell you this. If I had the connection, or if I didn't have the connection, someone in my firm would have had the connection, or I would have known someone who had the connection. And what am I talking about? The connection I'm talking about? I would have had a connections right to the desk at Barclays. Literally, the guys who would be liquidating this 50 million, we would know these guys. I would know someone who would know those guys. And I'd phone that someone up and say, hey, what's the deal on that Barclays thing with the SoFi? And the guy said, give me 5 minutes. And then he'd pick up the phone and call his drinking buddy, the desk trader over at Barclays. And the guy's going, oh, yeah, we got this, got this memo. Got the memo here from our managers. They want us to liquidate 50 million shares. They want us to find a home for 50 million shares of SoFi. And the guy said, hang on a second. And he'll be like, what are we doing with 50 million? Yeah, okay. 40 million already placed. We got 10 million to go. Should be done in about 5 minutes. Yeah, okay, I'll see you tonight. I'll see you at the So-So bar tonight. Hang up the phone. He'd call me back and he'd go, 40 million already placed, 10 million to go. They should have it done in the next couple of hours. It's a nothing burger. Okay, buddy, I owe you one. Thank you. And that's it. And I tell you that. I would tell you and all my clients that. I would haul my salesman in, my 25 salesmen, into a room, and I'd say, hey, news of the day. This is going on, this is going on, this is going on. Oh, by the way, SoFi. How many of you got SoFi? You got SoFi? Anybody got SoFi here? Okay, here's the story on SoFi. Talk to so-and-so on the desk already. We already know it's placed. It's a nothing burger. Call your clients and tell them that. Why? You're on the ball. You're out looking out for them. They won't hear a rumor that, oh, Chalmette is selling 15% of his stock. It's the end of the world. Another innocent victim is not going to be made to sell stock for a bullshit story. That is what it's all about. But it's not saving people here. There are people in the last 24 hours who have been selling out of SoFi for a reason they shouldn't be selling out for. Now, the good news, I suppose, is some of you are buying your options back. And so thank you very much. Some of you are getting into call options, into next year's options because of this dip. Way to go. You take advantage of what's handed to you. But in the old days, this wouldn't be an issue. But it's an issue now because many of you don't have a stockbroker who calls you. No one is proactive to call you. No one. Because many of you don't have an account that's big enough to count for a broker's attention. There's the reality of the situation. Yet you need help. You need guidance. You deserve it. Anyway, there you have it. There are people today trying to take advantage of this so-called nothing burger story to try to get views. They're trying to get action on their vlogs, their blogs, or whatever. They just want, just pay attention to me. I've got a bullshit story. Pay attention to me. I got crap. There you go. Some people accuse me of doing that. What can I say? I just call it as I see it. Okay. One thing leads to another, as they say, and it started with Austria this morning, spreading into Europe, and the oil market is already feeling it straight on. Now the Dow's futures are off, and we're waiting to see what's going to happen next. So there you go. There's how you have to pay attention to what's going on outside of your little town, and don't believe your local politician that they know everything. They know nothing. They're not paying attention to Austria. Don't pay attention to your county people. Don't pay attention to your state people, even your Fed people. You're going to get spin. You're going to get spin on how great everything is and how great it would be if I were your mayor, or if I was your senator, or if I was your governor, or if I was your president. You're going to get that spin all the time. You have to learn to discount it. I know many of you have. You got to look at the big picture, and you're not going to get the big picture from any of those people because they don't want to talk to you about what's happening in Europe. They want to talk to you about how bad your neighbor is, and you got to vote for me because we got to stop these people. And whoever those people are, I don't know who those people are, but you got to vote for me because if you vote for me, we together will control everything, and it'll be great. Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay. Anyway, there you go. Another day in paradise. It's Friday. Tomorrow's the weekend, so what the hey. Thank you, those of you who have indicated an interest in coming to the meet and greet for Jennifer and I. Update, we now have less than 20 spots left for the meet and greet, December the 11th in Ontario, California. Our first ever meet and greet. We have less than 20 spots available if you'd like to come out and see us. So December 11th, 10 to 1 o'clock. The only way to get there, to get in, is you have to purchase your admission. $49.99 gets you in, and you'll be going home with a swag bag. So Jennifer and I are busy right now on the swag bag stuff. We're having fun with this. Bagels will be included. I'll give you that much of a hint. Bagels, you're going home with bagels. That's one thing you're going home with. But beyond that, everything else is being put together as we speak. If you'd like to join us, make a donation to my PayPal account for exactly $49.99 U.S. funds. Those of you in Canada, you're flying down or whatever, or if you're Canadian, you're already down here and you want to join us, $49.99 U.S. funds. Once that clears PayPal, that alerts Jen and I. Oh, there's another one. There's another one. Is if you send us $38 that as a donation, thank you, but that's not getting you a seat into the thing because it has nothing to do with the other. Some of you send us $50 donations, which we are stunned by, and we are grateful as all get up on PayPal. But if you think that that's for your ticket, think again. You got to let me know what's going on. You got to send me a separate email. Say, hey, by the way, I sent you a donation for X amount, and that's for a seat. Help me out here. $49.99 gives it away. Go, okay, that's another seat. That's another seat. That's why I picked that stupid number, $49.99, just so I could differentiate anything from anything else. We're trying to do what the best we can. Anyway, guys, thank you for wanting to come to the meet and greet. Jen and I will be all dolled up for you. We can't wait. Here we go, right there. We'll be driving our Tesla in there, although it's a rental, and we'll be in at the Regal Cinemas in Ontario Mills Mall in Ontario, California, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys. So this is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. I'll tell jokes that'll make Jen laugh. I'll tell stories that'll make Jen go, what? We'll have all kinds of crazy stuff. Some of you might show up in outfits like this because of how well you're doing with your options and stuff. That's okay. I'm down to that. But, we'll try to put on the show. No guarantee we're going to look this good. These are for special red carpet events, but I guess we should get all dolled up, I suppose. I'll have to ask this guy, what do you think I should do? Although he's probably busy with his puppy dog. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, don't forget to wear a mask to be safe, and social distance and everything else, and make sure to be vaccinated and all those good things. And we'll have fun together. I am looking forward to this get together with great anticipation. It's the first ever live get together, meet and greet with Uncle Bruce and Auntie Jen from Stock Markets with Bruce and Traveling with Bruce. So that should be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see you guys. It's going to be great. Thank you, one and all, for all your support of this channel. Those of you who are members, thank you for being members of this channel. You're the backbone of this channel. Every 16th of the month is a big day around here because on the 16th of March, this channel accepted memberships for the first time. And every 16th is rollover day for those of you who joined the channel on the first ever day. And not all of you are still here. We never anticipated that every member who joined in the first month would still be here 8 months later, but a number of you are, and we are amazed. We are grateful. And all of you who have joined since and rolled over since many a time, you've now all have different colored bagels beside your names. Thank you all for being members of this little YouTube channel, because we are tiny. We are not a big channel on the YouTube universe. There are other guys out there who promise you the mother of all short squeezes, and they have got hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions of views. But then they also have the viewers that are very, what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive? They're expecting to be made rich right now, and they want to know precisely at what moment to buy the stock at, and then have it go up 100 times in value an hour later. I don't generally have that kind of crowd here. I used to have some of those folks here, but those folks have left us, and thank God they have, because that's not the channel I run. We are slow and steady, and we just try to make money every day, and just try to bring in our fair share. But anyway, those of you who have renewed your memberships and you keep coming back here, and you keep coming back here, and you keep renewing them, I thank you so very much. You are the backbone of this channel. It's the only reason we're still on the air, because with our YouTube numbers, it does not pay for me to be a YouTuber. YouTube, the money that I get paid from advertising from you guys, there aren't enough of you. If there were 10 times as many of you, it would pay, but the numbers are so tiny from YouTube's perspective. But then again, I just do what I do, and I do it the way I do it. And if it's working for you, yes, I'm happy for you. Those of you writing options and buying them back a lot cheaper, scoring these premiums, oh, am I thrilled to death about this. Thank you for those of you who are checking out the classes on stockmarketswithbruce.ca. That's where the classes are for how to write options. A number of you are catching those. If any of you have purchased classes and are having any issues, you watched lesson number 2 a couple of weeks ago, and you want to watch it again and you can't find it, send me an email at brucefarmer@hotmail.com. Here it is right here. Here's my email address. Send me an email. Say, Bruce, I purchased option, lesson number 2 or lesson number 6 or lesson number 1. I can't find it, or I watched half of it, and then I was going to watch the other half today, and I can't make it work. I'll send you the link for the whole thing, because your record of payment is in the PayPal system. So we'll dig that up for you, and we'll send you a link. Not a problem. And if you find that you send me an email and it takes me several hours to get back to you, I am not ignoring you. It's likely I'm on the air, because I'm on the air 3 hours every morning here. I'm on the air in the afternoon for an hour and a bit. And then there's Jen and I do our little running around here, and then I'm back in here. So just bear with me. I will get you the links, and we'll get you looked after. So thank you one and all for just supporting us, just how you do it. It is stunning. I tell other, my relatives and my friends, and occasionally I'll talk to another YouTuber about my viewers and my channel, and they just can't believe it. They say, "Oh my God, it's what an audience you have! It's incredible. It's one of the best." I said it's the best audience there is on YouTube. I have the best audience on YouTube right here, and Michael Knox has become a part of the backbone of this channel, and that's why I'm here, guys and girls. Thank you, Michael Knox. Thank you so much for your vote of confidence. Much appreciated. All members, of course, get to join in Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock Eastern time for the one and only Prime Time Show. Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, we do the Prime Time for member only show, and it's a wide open Q&A. You can ask me anything you want about your accounts or your trades or option strategy. We try to cover it all. And that's one of the memberships. One of the benefits of the membership is that you get direct access to me without the market in the way, because we do it at 8 o'clock at night on Wednesday nights. Of course, all members can comment here, and all members get to use the emojis here. And we love it. And during market hours, we try to simply have the channel be for members only. And that's one of the benefits of being a member of this channel. Thank you guys so much for all of it. Okay, we're going right now member only before I forget, so we'll do that right now. And thank you everybody for being here this morning so far. Thank you for the thumbs ups also, guys. If you can remember, if you could possibly find a way to hit the thumbs up button for us, giving this show a little bit of momentum with the YouTube analytical computers at YouTube head office, that would be great. We already have 264 thumbs ups right now already in the house. We have 700 people here, 266 thumbs ups already sitting here. The sooner as we can get the 500 or 600 of those, the better, because every time you hit that thumbs up button, the analytics picks it up at YouTube, and they realize, well, how many people are watching, and how many messages is this guy getting, and how many thumbs ups is this guy getting, and if they notice this, it's all percentages. They go, wow, look at that, 700 people watching and 300 thumbs ups. That's huge. That's huge. But if it goes to 400 or 450 or 500, 550, that's over the top engagement reaction. YouTube starts making sure that anyone interested in the stock market gets alerts to this channel, and they come in here and they take a peek and they kind of curious, what are they talking about? What's the deal? Why is YouTube recommending people to this guy? And what stocks do they talk about? And I never knew that about the market. He's explaining things in plain English. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know anything about a stink bid. What's a stink bid? What's a stink offer? What does in the money mean? What does out of the money mean? I'm learning stuff on this guy's channel that no one else explains. All these other channels use all these fancy terms in the market, and yet they don't explain what the hell they're talking about in a plain English kind of way. That's what we do here. At least we try to. And thank you now. 317 thumbs ups. Look at that. 317 right there. Boom. Boom. They came in like crazy. Thank you for these thumbs ups, you guys, helping out this channel grow. And the more people who find us, the more people will learn all about the stocks that we like to follow. By the way, Cisco is now $54 on the pre-market. It was at 55 something the other day, so it's coming back. They find out all about stocks that we kind of care about around here. Companies like Rocket Lab. They find out about why they should be long SoFi. They find out all about the greatness of GameStop, Matterport, ME, Spire, ATIP, SmartRent. They find out about Sextera. They understand what's happening on Vanek Vectors, Home Depot, IBM, Microsoft, Apple. They learn all about Royal Caribbean's problems. They find out about Goldman Sachs's incredible bargain basement prices. They learn all kinds of stuff when they come here. And a lot of these stocks, you folks own stocks in and or write options on. And the more participants we can get into this channel to follow these markets with us, the better those stocks will do. I mean, we're just adding more power to this channel. And we're tiny, but we're a powerful little group here that is growing. And thank you all for being part of it. We're at 355 thumbs ups right now. And I only started begging, 7-8 minutes ago, and we've almost added 100 more. Like, that is awesome. Thank you, all of you. And I appreciate this support so much. Right on, kids. We're here, and we're going to try to make some money today. We're 2 minutes away from the opening, which means I think Larry is probably just about ready to give us the old bells signal that we're about to go through here. We'll keep an eye for Larry and my man, Larry Titus, who's going to give us the opening bell logos, telling us that we're up for trading in 1 minute. Pardon me while I take off my clothes, because, anything for views, okay? Anything for views. I gotta get partially naked here on the air to attract more action. Because I know the kind of people you are out there. I know what you like. You like partially clad old men. I know you say you don't, but I know you do. And I'll give you what you want. It's all right. Don't worry. Thank you. Oh, he's so creepy. He makes me feel yucky. That's why I keep coming back. The House begins voting on Build Back Better Climate and Social Bill. That vote would have happened last night, except for a single leading member of the opposition party who decided to talk for 8 hours. I have to say, I chortled at that because I think he started at 8:30 last night and went till 5 in the morning. And just imagine what the ratings were on C-SPAN for that chat. 350 million Americans. 300 million were watching that speech for 8 hours with bated breath, I'm sure. Unbelievable. But, when you're desperate, you do what you got to do, I guess. That thing is going to pass today. Then it goes to the Senate. Now the question is, can they ram it through the Senate? I don't know. It's going to be a 51-50 vote if it happens. Can they do it? I don't know. Time will tell. But we'll see what happens. There's still lots of negotiating going on. It'll take another month or two. Anyway, we're opening, aren't we? Larry, are we there? Let me just double check. I may have missed Larry. Oh, Larry, there you are, buddy. Thank you, man. Larry has hit the bells. It's official. We're there. Larry, does anyone know the shirts off policy at the Uncle Bruce party? I'd like to be wild and free. Yeah, I'll get back to you guys. We're going to be cutting off ticket sales here not too long from now. That because we'll be at the limit, and then you'll all get instructions. Those of you who are coming to the event, you'll all be sent private emails with instructions, including what clothing can be removed at what time and how naked you can possibly become. We have certain rules to follow in Ontario. We don't want to have the Ontario Police come by and take people away in vans. You know what I'm saying? We got to be careful about that. Anyway, there you go. Now I can give a thumbs up. So look at those guns. There you go. Oh no, only fans, Bruce. Everyone's smiling here. OnlyFans, no, Uncle Bruce, no. Bruce stripping was made me subscribe in July. That's what got me here, and that's what's keeping me here. There you go, baby. You take it all off, Brucey boy. That's what we love to see. Right on time, right on point. George Takai. Oh my. Bobby, woohoo, the market is a go. Thanks, Larry. Fun time. CYXT is moving. Finally, it's up 6 cents. Yay! Munamu is here. How you doing? Larry, one day I'm going to replace the New York Stock Exchange bells with Yoko sounds. Matterport, check that chart. Oh my, I could ram it through the Senate. They can't because they're not going to build for it. Won't pass the Senate. SoFi's moving. Good volume, SoFi. Well, let's take a look at the market. I've got Rocket Lab up 7 cents. I've got SoFi down 58. I have Rocket Lab now up 15, by the way. SoFi down 58. I've got GameStop at 12-cent loss at exactly $210 a share. Exactly 210 on the GameStop. I just want to. I'm not sure if my quote machine will work yet. My Market Watch will give me any kind of an accurate reading on those 210 contracts that expire today for our buddy Rob. One of you might have to help me with that quote. Let's see what I'm showing. I'm showing 3 to 335. That's got to be last night's close, so I don't have it here. Let's see. What else? Does the event involve keys in a basket? And the poll is installed backstage. Don't tell Uncle Bruce this. The poll is there. Matterport up 49 cents to 27.88. Insider man, Uncle Bruce, what strike price is Friday to suggest on Royal Caribbean? Thank you for spreading the wisdom on those puts. I'll talk to you about that in a bit. GameStop down 67 to 209.45 now. Matterport up 49 to 27.89. ME up 11 to 10.27. Spire down a penny to 5.25. ATIP up a penny at 3.82. Smart Rent down 18 cents to 9.86. Sixtera up 9.84, up 6 cents. AMC down 48 cents. Robinhood down 33 to $30.20. Hi, Auntie PC. Vanek down 93 cents. Home Depot down 128 to 404.50. What a run. IBM 115.84 down 82 cents. Why IBM? Why? The Dow is down 223 to start the morning. S&P down 6.7. NASDAQ up 34. Microsoft up $1.75. Apple down 72 cents to 157. Tesla down 238. BlackBerry, Bed Bath Beyond down is up 42. BlackBerry's up 8. Those two are green. Royal Caribbean down $1.79 to 81.15 from 98 3 weeks ago. Now showing down $2 to $80.94. The free fall in travel stocks is happening because of Austria, possibly Germany, possibly all of Europe and more. We've got an issue here. Goldman down 8.37 because if we go into lockdown and it spreads out to other countries, it doesn't have to happen in the U.S. It doesn't matter. We're going to have a lot lower interest rates, and we're going to have lower oil prices. And that's good for inflation, though. Okay, so the inflation thing will stay down, which means there's no need to raise rates. This compounds the problem for the big banks in the perception of the big banks. People think, oh, Goldman won't be able to make any money. Forget about that. They're going to make lots of money. They're already making lots of money with zero interest rates. They're making a ton of money. They will continue to make a ton of money. But the perception of lower rates for banks has always been the lower the rate, the lower the profits. If the bank is purely an entity that takes depositors' money in and lends money out, if that's all they do, Yeah, lower rates aren't good, but Goldman Sachs, that's not what they're for. They're an investment banker. They make deals, and right now, with the way the economy is going and the world is going, Goldman is really busy right now, really busy, and they are raking in incredible profits. Okay, there's that. Amazon up another $46. Facebook up $1.65. Google up $9.36. And over at Cisco, 53.12. We were at 54 in the pre-market just before the bell. Don't be surprised if we hit 54 later today and go even higher on Cisco. That is the latest. Rocket Lab down a nickel at 15.43. SoFi down only 39 cents to 2018. GameStop up 17 cents. Matterport up 53 to 27.93. ME 1040 up 25 cents, now 1041. Spire down 6. ATIP up a nickel to 386. Smart Rent down 14, and Sextera up 6 cents. Spire, want to mention on Spire the deal to merge into Sextera, to have Sextera become part of Spire. 94% of the shareholders of Exact Earth voted yes on that merger. It now will take a couple more days. I think in the next 2 to 3 days, by the 25th, it's all done. So technically it's voted on. Now physically it is happening, which is telling me that in the next week, cash will be flowing from the treasury of ATIP. If it hasn't already gone into trust, I'm sure it's into trust right now. It's going into the lawyers. It's from the lawyers to the brokers to the clients, and the shareholders of Exact Earth will get all this cash coming in. Goodbye to their stock. Hello money. At 1/10 of a share for every share they had of Exact Earth, of Spire. And I'm sitting here saying, with Spire sitting at $5.20 a share right now, 1/3 the price when they launched this deal, when they were into that initial phase of the takeover, I am counting on it, and I'm betting on it, and I'm speculating on it, that a bunch of the Exact Earth people are going to take their cash and they're going to buy Spire stock. And that way they still are into Exact Earth, but inside the Spire company instead. And I expect Spire to be making weekly press releases that will be joint press releases from their subsidiary company called Exact Earth, and announcements from their side of the argument as they continue to grow with their company. And that's what I'm expecting to happen. A lot of corporate momentum, a lot of corporate news, and I think the Spire shares will be gobbled up by investors of Exact Earth and friends. And I think they're going to slip in here and try to scoop the cheap paper. And in their mind, I bet you that they believe under $10 a share, it's a steal. Under $10 a share, Spire is a giveaway as far as those folks are concerned. And they're going to try to scoop up as much of this cheap paper as they can while they can, because they know what I know. And that is that this thing is going to break $10 a share, and it's going to go back into that 12.15 neighborhood without too much difficulty. The question is, how long will it take? How fast can it get there? All of that kind of stuff. The other thing to remember is Spire is sitting on a lot of money. They're sitting on a lot of cash. They can do other deals, a lot of other deals. And it's entirely possible that while we have been watching and speculating and wondering what's going to happen with Spire and Sextera or Exact Earth and all these guys, that Spire is in negotiations with 5 other companies. They could well be into secret discussions with 5 other deals that they're just lining up, one after the other, after the other, after the other, to take Spire from this size company to another size company. The company right now is only valued $695 million. The entire market cap of Spire is $695 million. Okay. They're sitting on hundreds of millions in cash. They got cash like all over the place. They've got cash. This is a joke. This stock at 520 is an absolute insult to the markets. But again, if you don't know about it, how do you know it's a bargain? If you don't know that this company's a bargain, how do you what? If you don't have a stockbroker that is calling you up and saying, hey, listen, I just came across this story. I got to tell you something. I got a friend of mine in Canada I was talking to, and he's telling me about this Exact Earth thing, and I found out about this Spire thing. I got to tell you this story about this SPAC. And there will be people there would be brokers calling their clients saying, have I got a bargain for you? You always like to buy low and sell high. I tell you what, I think we should get some of the stock and we should get some of the options. And I think we should just put this stuff away. And I think we get a triple on our hands within the year, an easy triple. If the street knew this, Spire wouldn't be here, but the street doesn't know it. And there's the issue. At the moment, the street doesn't fully know. Now, we are, in theory, my bet and my hunch, we are one casual comment away from Spire taking off. Whose comment? Any hedge fund manager being interviewed on CNBC about space stocks. Any casual mention, if people are comparing Rocket Lab to SpaceX, to whatever, talking about Jeff Bezos' stuff. Anyone mentioning the casually, in the space area, there's another stock you may want to keep an eye on. Oh yeah, which one is that? Says the interviewer. And the guest says, I'd be looking at this Spire Global. Why? Well, they manage the satellites once you put them in orbit. Because, it's one thing to get them there. It's another thing to keep them lined up and working properly. And that's, these guys. These guys have the 20-year contract. The Rocket Labs have the 5-minute contract. They get it up there and then they leave it and then they're done. That's it. It's a one-day wonder. It's a fireworks show. Everyone gets excited about a rocket launch. It's like a fireworks show. We're all excited. But the money is made for the next 20, 25 years of that satellite's lifetime, and all the other satellites that satellite talks to, and all the ground stations that it talks to. This up and down information is what we're talking about here. Spire is the money maker. They're the utility. Boring old telephone company, utility company. No one gets excited about these guys, but they just make money. And you are buying in on the ground floor, if not the basement, because this was ground floor $10. Now it's $5.18. So what can I say? That's the story on Spire. I will tell you that I expect us to be talking about Spire news announcements every week now going forward. Another announcement, another contract, another deal with NASA, European Space Agency, this outfit, that outfit, that outfit. Time and time again, I expect us to be covering another Spire press release. This stock will begin a slow, relentless move to a much higher level. Or one day, one moment, 1 second, things just change like that, where we're talking like this, and then someone pops in the message, Spire's up 30 cents, Spire's up 60 cents, Spire's up $1, because someone said something somewhere that caught an audience of 5 million people. And I expect that to happen. I really do. We've seen it happen now on Rocket Lab, SoFi, Matterport, ME. It's going to happen on Spire and eventually ATIP, Smart Rent, Sixter. It's going to happen on all of them. It's going to happen again and again and again on all these stocks that we follow, because none of them are going to be affected by a pandemic. But you know what? We just got to stick around and wait for the moment it happens. So there you have it. It's 5:19. You make your move, you make your move. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's see what else is going on. Whoa, I wasn't watching the TV when Bruce did his George Takei voice, and I honestly thought George was on the show. Oh, my. Is it worth buying warrants on Sextera? No, just buy the stock. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Sarah. This covered call is priced to perfection. It's the $2 to $3 range. Oh, right on, Rob. Rob, 256 last trade, and it's gonna go down. But the stock's at 211. It won't give it to us yet. 211.07, but it is priced to perfection. Let's see. Spire has finalized. They have voted it through, and now it is being concluded with the lawyers. The lawyers and the bankers are moving the money and the paper around. Not finalized, but exact earth voted to go forward. So now it's lawyer time. That's right. Thanks, Rob. Let's see. Here to report the daily, slowly the deafening Spire $5 January 22 stink offers. I have never had an option to do this every day. Bid ask equals $1.90 to $4. $1.90 bid to $4 ask. What a ridiculous market. It's incredible. And he's saying descending, not defending, descending. Ratish, Uncle Bruce, I know you don't follow DraftKings, but one I've been following, holy crap, down 30% in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, I like the company. The fact is it's a SPAC. The company was originally a SPAC. And they were attacked by a bunch of shorters and are probably still are being attacked. And from time to time, they have wins and then they have losses. I can't tell you what to do with it. I'm not following it second to second. Bobby, Uncle Bruce, any advice on Amazon and Visa fight? Seems Amazon is hell-bent on hurting Visa. Well, the Visa credit card company and MasterCard and American Express, they make their money not only from you guys who carry debit balances, they charge you outrageous interest, but they also make their money on transaction fees. They love the transaction fees because they want to be in your cash register. If you're a retailer, they want to be right by your cash register and take the money as soon as you make the sale, because that's when you've got the money to pay them. And I applaud Amazon to say, screw you, we're not using you guys. The hell with you. We're not going to allow anyone to use the Visa anymore. Now, this is in the UK. It's not worldwide, but it's a warning shot across the bow. And I think it's fantastic. I think that these credit card guys, they've had it so good for so long. And I'm an ex-retailer. I am not a friend of the credit card companies. I hate credit card companies. I actually, in the last year of my store's lifetime, before I voluntarily decided I'm not doing this anymore, I would not take credit cards. I only took debit cards or cash. You can't do that now because the plastic is so prevalent. Cash is really rare nowadays. But I refused to take credit cards and never took American Express, ever. Never allowed American Express in my store. Because even with MasterCard and Visa, I was getting dinged up to 3.5% on fees. Then they were trying to ding me handling fees and promotion fees, and they were trying to hand me other fees because if you could get cash back, they wanted to charge me the cash back. And I basically said, screw you guys. I don't need your business. I would rather kiss off one sale out of 40 and the customer walks out the store. You don't take Visa? I'm walking. And they walk out. I'd rather lose an entire sale than to get ripped off by these guys because I did the math. It was so simple for me. I did the math and I figured if I lose 1 in 20, I still make just as much money because it's true, they're using the credit card for an entire purchase, but the dollar value of the entire purchase is not my profit. The entire dollar value is the gross margin on the item I'm selling. The item costs me money as well to stock. And so I would do the math and go, $100 purchase, I lose one of those, I'm losing like $50 in margins. That's all this is. I have all these other customers paying with their debit card, which is 10 cents a transaction, not a percentage, just 10 cents a transaction. It varies depending who you are. And then the others were paying me cash, and cash was king because cash was no discounts whatsoever. And I was getting customers who would come in and say, I've got I want to buy this product. Do you take Visa? I said, no, I don't take credit cards. It's debit or cash only. Oh, okay, no problem. And they give me a debit card. Others would say, I don't have any cash on me. I'll go get cash. Where's the nearest machine? I said, it's right outside the store, right over there. And they would walk out there, and within 5 minutes, they'd come back with like $300 in their hand. They say, while I'm here, let me add a cap and this too. And now the cash purchase went from $60 to $160 because they took out $300. This worked for me every time. And I said, screw you guys, credit cards. Up yours. You're out of here. I'm not taking you anymore. They couldn't believe it. The other retailers I would talk to couldn't believe it. They say, you did that? So yeah. Tell them to piss off. It's so easy. You force your customer to cough up the money, or I don't sell to you, because I'm not using this credit card game. I'm not here to give you points. I'm not here to try to give you an imaginary holiday to the Caribbean. You're never going to take it. You're never getting the free seat on the airline. You're never getting the benefits that they tell you about, because you'll never spend enough to get it. You never will get it. And so I'm not here to help that with a 4 or 5% hit up front off of my butt. No, no, no. Get that from somebody else. Use that credit card with other retailers and let them pay you. I'm not gonna do it, because I knew that if I was Walmart, I wasn't getting charged 5% credit card fees. I knew if I was Target, I wasn't getting charged 5% credit card fees. I knew if I was Amazon, I wasn't even getting charged 5%. But as a small retailer, I was getting hosed, and I thought, I'm not paying this. I'm not playing this game anymore. And I was just waiting for a Visa person or a MasterCard sales rep to walk in my front door and have a chat with me about the fact that I'm not accepting their cards anymore. I couldn't wait for that moment. I was ready. They never showed up, but I did close my store a few years later because the business I was in was a failing business. Sports, clothing, and sports memorabilia items back in 07 and 010 and 12 and 13 and 14. On the way down, baby, on the way down. How many sports clothing retailers are in your neighborhood compared to how many there used to be? And look at kids today. Does your child beg you for sports clothing? They used to in the 80s. They don't anymore. They want to wear other stuff now. Anyway, there you go. Same war Walmart had with them. Fees are too high. Yep. When you're that big, you can do whatever you want. And I say more power to them. Straighten them out. It's business. Nothing personal. It's just business. Okay. Let's see. Amazon's hell-bent on destroying everything and is good at it. Bruce, if SoFi could double on bank charter news, or at least take a run, why would Chalma sell 15% now if he could sell higher relatively soon? Sure, he needed the cash, but seems an odd move. I don't know. B-Fits, I can't answer that question for sure. We're all guessing. We hear rumors he needs money for this and that and this and that. He's into 20 deals at the same time. I don't know. Giants fighting Giants. Bought back my covered call that expires today for a $900 gain. Thank you, SoFi and the dip, says Damn Jim. SoFi is coming back on. We're up 14 now on Rocket Lab at 1562. We're only down 4 cents on SoFi at 2053. The low was 1994 for that long, like a trade. It's now up 2048, up down 9 cents, coming back on 3.8 million. So SoFi might have an update today. GameStop 211.44 up 133. Matterport up 54 cents to 27.94. ME 1031 up 15. Spire 526 down 1 penny. ATIP 380 down 1 penny. Smart Rent 988 down 15 cents. Xterra up 6 cents. AMC unchanged. Robinhood down 4 cents. Vanik down up $1.58. Home Depot up 111. IBM down 23. Dow down 221. Microsoft up 183. Apple up 45 cents. Tesla up $6. Royal Caribbean down 331 to 79.74. This train has left the station. Those of you who didn't short it when it was in the 90s, you've given up way too much momentum now. I think the stock will continue to go lower, but the money has been made on this put trade on Royal Caribbean. I'm not saying that if you buy a put, you won't make money, but the first $15 a share is gone, and we might see 60, 65 realistically. I think it's worth less than 40 a share. That's what I think, but this stock doesn't do what I think it should do sometimes. Goldman down 879. There's your bargain. Buy calls on Goldman. Absolutely buy calls on Goldman. The longer out, the better. Let's go SoFi recovery. Spire makes me sad. Oh, lordy. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, ears perked up when mistakenly Xterra was merging with Spire. My heart can't handle this excitement, man. You're killing me. I bought $10 ME calls yesterday that expired today. Easy money. Bought SoFi puts. Easy money. Still holding a Rocket Lab call. Easy money. Well, more power to you, day trader. More power to you. Do what you got to do. We're at 1549 on Rocket Lab, 2053 down 4 cents on SoFi. GameStop backing off now at 210.98. It's only up 86 cents. Matterport now only down 4 cents on the day. It was up as much as up to 28.73 now, 27.36. So we've got the little run, a little dip now. And we may have another run. We'll see what happens. ME 1035 up 19 cents. Spire down 2. And ATIP down 3. Rocket Lab 1554 up 6 cents. Let's go. Here we go. He only sold 15%. Nephew Nick is saying he's still got 85% left. Red Solo Cup Cheddar should be our chat financial manager. Uncle Bruce handles the high level stuff. Should be our chat financial manager. I don't know what that means. Let's see what's going on here. How much cash do you have left after this deal? Are you asking me about SoFi? No, not SoFi. You asking me about Spire? Are you asking me about? Yeah, I think you talk about Spire, aren't you? Spire. I thought Spire had hundreds of millions left, hundreds of millions in cash. Anyway, Apple calls made me some serious money this week, and I was all nervous about it last Friday. And let's see. And NASA's X-59 supersonic plane is getting a lot of press, which should help Spire with their relationship to the project. They're going to feature it on 60 Minutes this weekend. Oh, that'll be interesting. That they won't talk about Spire though on 60 Minutes. I doubt. Let's see. Let's see. GameStop has traded a crisp 80,000 shares on the opening 15 minutes. It must be a very liquid stock. 129,000 traded at 210.29 now, up 17 cents only on GameStop. Let's see. Let's see. Nephew Nick, so much downward pressure on Spire with only good news. It's only a matter of time if you ask me. Let's see here. Playing Monopoly, I was always buying the utilities. Let's see. Cheddar says Auntie convinced me to hold that Rocket Lab call in today's expiry, and it's paying off. Austin saying, Uncle Bruce, don't fake me out by saying Spire's up $1. I jumped to my computer only to find you were telling a story. Well, I love telling stories. Isn't that why you're here? 524 on Spire, down 2 cents. Rocket Lab up 25 though. Rocket Lab 1573 up a quarter. SoFi up a nickel now. GameStop only up 17. Matterport down 6 cents. ME up 15. Spire down 3. ATIP down 2.7 cents. Smart Rent down 15. Sextera up 4. Let's see. Nephew Nick got into some Rocket Lab January options on the dip yesterday. Looking good so far. Scooter Rooster, oh my. Partially clad old man, laughing out loud. Spire share price isn't moving. It's not moving much this morning, but the options open interest is really gaining on Spire. Interesting. Let's go. Yeah. Rob, 3 to 5% of your retail transaction is going to Visa and MasterCard, not the retailer. And sometimes retailers are on 10% margins, 8% margins, and they give this away. They are getting crushed. Uncle Bruce, I have one put. I wrote on Rocket Lab with an April expiration date and a 7:15 strike. I am up, but do I need to buy it back before it hits the strike? You don't. No, you don't ever need to buy it back before it hits the strike. And Rocket Lab now 1572. It can go right through that level, and the put will go down in value, and you will score. We're up 24 cents at 1572 right now in Rocket Lab. Up 8 on SoFi. GameStop up 71 cents. Let's see. In some states, it is legal for companies to charge more as service charge for a credit card. And I'm in the restaurant business, and we only accept cash and personal checks only. The credit card companies will rob a small business. I'm with Bruce about credit cards. There you go. Spire, finally green, says Cheryl. I got it down a penny, but it's close. Yep, on the credit card processing, not to mention if there's fraud, you, the merchant, is on the hook and don't get paid. Exactly. I would get these reports saying, we charged you $125 A credit card you accepted is no good. And I'm going, you guys gave me the authorization number that it was good. And now you're reversing it unilaterally. That's when I was guaranteed. I tell you right there, that's it. You guys are out of here. I'm not playing this game anymore. Yeah. What can I say? Decent bounce on Spire, but little volume here. Spire positive. It's green. I'm with you, Uncle Bruce. Credit cards, cash is king. Anal, any thoughts on Robinhood? It's at all-time lows. It's going lower. We're green everywhere. That username. We hate Robinhood in here. The savior vendors in El Salvador accepting Bitcoin, virtually no fees. I've sent dollars or Bitcoin using the government wallet without paying fees. Quite revolutionary. Peter, if Bruce opened a bagel coffee shop, I'd spend all day there every day. I don't think it's legal to do the same in Europe. Burn, Robinhood, burn. Lorraine, Uncle Bruce, when I use American Express, whatever the balance is, I would pay it off. I hear you there. A lot of places near me charge the customer the fee for the credit card, says Matthew. Green slowly washing over my positions for the day. Yeah, we're going green here. We're green on Rocket Lab, up 23. Green on SoFi, up 9. GameStop, green, up 59. Matterport, unchanged, so it's kind of green. ME, up 15 cents. ATIP, up a half a penny. Spire, down a half a penny. Or is it down a penny? Down 5 cents. It's just down a little. Smart Rent down 17. Xterra up 4. So we got more green than red, and the green is slight. The Dow's off 208. S&P is up 2. NASDAQ up 99. We'll see what's going on here. Biden briefly transfers power to Harris as he undergoes colonoscopy during annual Physical Friday at Walter Reed. Standard practice everywhere. There. Microsoft up 354. Apple up 82 to 158.68. Tesla 1106 up 1060 a share. Bed Bath Beyond up 38. BlackBerry up a nickel. Royal Caribbean down 380 to 79.13. Goldman down 935. A bargain down to 382. Goldman Sachs high of the year 426. Now 382. This was a month ago. 426. It's trading at 6.3 times earnings. Cheap. Oh my gosh. All right. It's all chains and franchises now, says Peter. Most of my purchase I pay with a debit card. I went into a small local shop yesterday to pick up a pricey item I had made. Brought cash instead of the card. He knocked off the tax on the purchase and said he wouldn't put it on the books. Win-win. There you go. There you go. Michael, there's a couple of mom and pop popular food places around here that only take cash. I say I commend them. Take cash only. I offered my customers a discount to pay with cash. Worked every time. Those that wanted to use credit card paid top dollar. Only a fool looks for wisdom in the chambers of the human heart, says Peter. Pat, good morning, Uncle Bruce friends. It's a great day in the metaverse. Obama, Babe, B. Fritz, this is the way for all small businesses. The James Show, selling 15% means he still has 85. I sell 10 or 15% of a stock I want to hold sometimes for the other opportunities. No biggie. What would the stock cost? What would the stock cost if execute a call that is $5.20 at expiry with a $4 strike and a 185 premium? If not, should or not, if best strategy, what just be the cost to buy the stock? Thanks. Dana, I don't know. I don't quite get it, what you're asking us, but my philosophy has been the same and will always be the same. Never, ever exercise a contract. Just sell your contract into the market. Use the money to buy the stock in the market. End of discussion. Rinse and repeat. What's this? Bought 200 more SoFi at 2039. Now I have 500. Way to go. 1874 average Malo. Way to go. Bama Bay. Peter Griffin say what? Connor, all my Matterport and SoFi cover calls expiring today for a nice gain. Time to buy another 100 of something. Thanks for teaching, Uncle Bruce. Way to go, Connor Payne. Way to go. We've got Rocket Lab up 31 now. That's 1579, pushing for $16. SoFi 2075 up 18 cents. GameStop up $1.40 to $211.52. Matterport unchanged. ME up 9. Spire down only 2 cents. ATIP up a penny. Smart Rent down 19 and Xterra up a penny. My 15-year-old junior friend tells me I'm so old-fashioned because I use cash. Friend refuses to use cash, yet tells me she doesn't want transactions to be tracked. Duh. Who let the air out of Matterport? No, thanks. Laugh out loud. Uncle Bruce, should the call options on Goldman Sachs be on the expiry date before or after their earnings call on Jan 17th? Well, if you can go long, go into February, more power to you. Damn it, Jim. Uncle Bruce calls on the lamp at decent price. Does it seem crooked? What lamp? Chino. SoFi's green. My name is Jonas. Xterra initiated at outperformed by Raymond James. Price target 12. That was announced yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah. All righty. Let's go. Yeah. Let's see. Fenneville. Good morning, my fellow simpleton. I was checking in with thumbs up number 57. Was busy in the meeting, cashing out on some options expired today. How you doing? Let's go. House passed the bill. Good stuff. That's one more step out of the way. Get that thing passed. Throw it to the Senate, and now let the shenanigans begin over there. And I never knew about the degree of credit card fees for retail and restaurant businesses. Learn something every day. It's devastating. It is absolutely devastating. I remember in my store, I actually had an American Express guy show up. He was a rep for American Express. And he was trying to tell me, our shoppers that own these cards, so these people, our customers, they're the high end. They're high end, and you definitely want to accept our card because that shows them that you too are a high end retailer. Blah blah blah. And I'm thinking, pal, if you're a Chicago Bears fan and you walk in here trying to buy a $35 hat at the time, and you pull out your Amex card, I'm going to say sorry, I don't take Amex. At the time, I took Visa and MasterCard. And I said, you know what? If they qualify for your platinum plastic card, they qualify for the gold Visa MasterCard. And they happily pull out one of those. But I tell you, people ask me sometimes, customers ask me, do you prefer I pay in credit card or cash or debit? And I'll tell them debit cash is the best for us. They do it. They want to support small business. You guys are just taking it off the top and you're giving me nothing but grief for the money. And then you do the chargeback game, you're out of here. And so goodbye credit cards. Oh yeah, we said goodbye to credit cards. And didn't hurt us a bit. Hi there, Jen.
Hi.
How's it going today?
Good. How are you?
Well, I'm hanging in there. I'm railing against credit cards today, and I'm warning people about the problems in Europe with the virus. Yeah. Heard today the latest news about Austria that they were going to do a national lockdown for those who were not vaccinated.
Okay.
They've now upgraded that. It's a full national lockdown. And they are also talking about passing legislation to make it mandatory that everyone gets it vaccinated. It now becomes a national law. It's not, there's no choice anymore. There's none of this religious crap and all that. It's just, you're getting vaccinated. That's the end of the discussion. And Germany now is talking about exactly the same thing, a national lockdown and a possible law to make it mandatory. This could spread across Europe. Yeah. This will be interesting. The Dow's down 226. It was up 150 points this morning. Then this news came out of Austria, and the Dow lost 300 on the pre-market, and it's still down 226 now. On the day, has not recovered yet.
All those tourists are going. Ooh.
And tourists in the we Jen and I, we'd love to go to Europe. We want to go to Europe this spring. But what to do? If it's that bad over there, we can't go. We may not be allowed in. Now we're vaccinated. We'll get our booster shots and all that, but it's bad. It's bad. And what happens if this spreads to the U.S. and Canada? Because it always does. What happens in Europe a month or two later, it happens here.
Well, in BC, they already have the variant of the Delta.
Yeah. That's right, the variant. It's the Delta variant.
You just got to stop transmission to stop variants.
It's bad news.
It's bad.
It's bad. So yeah, that's what's going on.
Speaking of good though, I have opened all the windows. It is beautiful out this morning. It's nice and cool.
It's cooling off here.
I had to put a sweater on. Look at that, long sleeves, a sweater. Yeah.
I had my sweatshirt on.
Yeah.
And of course I gave everybody a thrill.
Oh, did
and
you?
took it off on the air.
Did you do a
Oh,
little dum
I
dum
got
dum
I got
dum
people going.
dum dum
I
dum?
have guys and girls excited,
Oh, do you?
and I can see
Oh,
why.
you're
I mean, look at me.
such a cutie pie.
I'm a Mr. Cutie Pie. There you go. Oh gosh,
I don't have any cutie pie for you for breakfast, but I got apple pie.
that's true. We bought an apple pie yesterday at Costco, and had a little slice of it last
The
night.
problem
Delicious.
is
Oh, so
they're
they're
huge,
huge.
and there's
There's just two of us.
just
2.6 pounds of pie, but for $9.99
ay ay
at the
ay.
grocery store, they're like $8. You can sometimes get some for $5, but they're crap. These pies are phenomenal. They're just they're so fresh and they're just incredible. So we go into that first 2 days gorge
Oh,
routine. Gotta eat the pie,
it's terrible.
But I gotta have a bagel this morning. I gotta
Would you
have a
like
bagel.
bagel with pie on it?
Oh, bagel with pie on.
No.
No.
What's going to be on that bagel? If not apple pie, then what? Come on.
I'm thinking the grape jelly day. It's Friday.
Oh, it's Friday.
And I think grape jelly day today is the
That's
way to
true.
go, and great way to try to finish off the week and survive. We started with red numbers, and now we're going green on the numbers, although the
Okay.
Dow is down 234. So we got to keep the momentum going, I guess.
Okay.
Hope for the
Grape
best.
jelly. Yeah.
Yay! Oh, you love that. Thank you, and thank you everybody for being here. And yeah. What else is going on here? Um, A lot of questions coming in here. Can't read them all. Can't do them all. Just haven't got enough time to catch up on all you guys. I'm not sure what you mean, Larry Titus. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I have no idea what you refer to of a super chat, some kind of a super chat. I don't know what you mean. I don't see any super chats. I don't know what was there one over there, or was that the $2 one you're referring to? Is that the one you're talking about? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. I closed out my SoFi puts before it went positive, says Cheddar. Now going to sell calls if it goes up by 3-4% today. We're up 15 cents on SoFi. We're up 39 on Rocket Lab to 15.87 here. GameStop up $1.62. Matterport down 55 cents. A little dip here. ME up a nickel now. And Spire down 6, and ATIP is up 7.5 cents to 3.88. Still holding Rocket Lab. ME calls both expiring today, says Cheddar. SoFi climbing, says Peter. Rocket Lab climbing. Yeah, Auntie, you know it. Let's see here. Here we go. Fenville, Cheddar. I was using my emotion and logic last week when I bought 10 contracts, the $110 puts for December on Live Nation. It's finally turning green today. Interesting. And FS is saying, I'm number 425 on the thumbs up brigade. Thank you for the 425. We have 435 thumbs ups right now. Keep them coming in, guys. Thank you so much. We're pushing for 500 thumbs ups here. This is awesome. Good day all from Zach. I'm number 421. First week selling covered calls. Closed them all out with a small but nice profit, says who cares. Beautifully done. We all start somewhere. We move on from there. Beautiful stuff. We got ATIP up 6 cents to 3.87. Rocket Lab 15.88 up 40. SoFi up a dime. GameStop up 148. Matterport down 47. ME up a nickel. Spire down 9, and ATIP up 6. Let's see. Does anyone actually take American Express? I got to discover where I can use my Discover card. Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Jen. How's the call, honey? Good morning, Jen. Good morning, Jen. Yeah, their Amex charges 7 to 10% fees. Ridiculous. Good morning, Jen. And I'm telling you, Jen is the biggest ruse ever. This guy, Bruce, is a master of shade. And let's see. Let's see. And let's go. Let's go. Tough day to be an unvaccinated Amex rep. And let's go. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Has anyone actually seen Jen though? Just an arm and a bagel. Has anyone ever seen Jen? I mean, anyone. Amex chargeback is generous for the cardholder. And let's see. Bruce is from the future. He has us all duped. Yeah, the debit cards are sneaking up with a fee as well. 10 cents to use it normally, 14 cents to tap it. And let's see. Let's see. What else we got going here? Just trying to get through comments that are just between people and, you know, he could be controlling a mannequin arm. You know that, eh? Let's see. Check out SoFi 2078 up 21. Jelly. Goldman Sachs calls to buy. What dates and strike look good? I'd have to look into this. I'll look into this a little later here. Hey, Uncle Bruce, seen that Jen Jr. is coming down. That means you're going to get your mayo horseradish. I got to get her to bring it. I have to. I haven't mentioned it. I don't remember if Jen mentioned it. We're gonna talk about that right away because I'm hoping this weekend she can find a way to pick this up. She's a busy gal. Bruce, I wrote a call expiring worthless today on Goldman Sachs. How long would you wait to write a new call with Goldman Sachs being down this week? Wait until next week to see if it comes back or better premiums. You know what? I smell money. If it's going to die today, buy it for a nickel or a dime and get rid of it. You can write, just out of the money call right away for next Friday because next week is a really choppy week with Thanksgiving. Or you can write it for the week after and take a premium, like write for a fat premium, and then just wait 2, 3, 4 days to see if this thing shrinks out on you. The stock might be under pressure for a while yet, so there may not be any hurry whatsoever. I mean, we're down $7 today. We were down lower, 381. We're at 384. But this week, geez, from the 407 range, 405 range to 384. $20. I wouldn't wait and wait. I just write and write and write. If you have to roll over, you have to roll over. Fair enough. But boy, this thing was 425 on November the 2nd. This is November 19th. Wow. How many times could you written and rewritten and rewritten and butt back. Yeah, keep doing it. If this wants to keep going down or stay flat, write 385s, write 390s. Good for a week and a half, 2 weeks. Take in premium right now. Take it. Dare the stock to come to 390 to challenge you. Dare it. It might take a week to get anywhere near it, and you'll score again. Do not be afraid to make money. Absolutely not. Do you talk about leaps in any of your classes? I don't call them leaps. I refer to stock options that are way out in time, but I don't refer to them as that, and I don't specialize in that discussion in any one class only. No. Uncle Bruce, this might be tough. Can you tell me when the SoFi and ME are going to moon? Like within the hour. You don't have to give me the minute. I also need MR to fall off 5 the next month. Can you just Dave, I totally understand your question and I sympathize. And it's a fair question. I'm not giving you an answer, but it's a fair question. We're down 38 cents on Matterport. I think we might be coming back a bit. ME up 4 only still. GameStop up 191 to 212. SoFi 2081 up 24 cents. Rocket Lab up 27 to 1575. Spire down 16 cents, getting ridiculously cheap. ATIP up a nickel, 386. Spire, the low of lows, 409, 509. Sorry, the all-time low on Spire, 509. We're at 510 right now on Spire. The all-time low is a penny away. Any stink bidders out there? Anyone trying to get some at 506, 501, 496, 491? Anyone trying to scoop some cheap stock? Unbelievable giveaways on that stock. I can't believe it. Anyway, there you have it. What else is going on? I just bought a Goldman Sachs. Sorry. Something is missing here. What's going on here? There we go. I just bought a Goldman Sachs call option for December 31, just before earnings at 380 strike. And let's see. Just bought a SoFi call, $20 strike for $275, and a Spire May call, $4 strike for $195. Cheap. Nice going. Oh, thank you, Jen. Miss Jen, thank you so much. Auntie Jen is here.
Sugar to hype you up.
Get me all riled up. Ooh, I'll take off even more clothes. Ooh, baby. Hang on, kids. Ooh, she's out of here. She's out of here. DM says, just grabbed a couple LCID 55s for today, up 50%. Let's go, baby. Let's see. What bagel topping? Grape jelly, of course. The Concord grape jelly. Let's see. Jen is a character like the guy behind the fence on Home Improvement. And Jen is just what's that? A god tier parpet being controlled by the ghost of Jim Henson. Sold 20 SoFi calls, 2250 strike for the 23rd of December at 116 each. Haven't you said you can buy back your covered calls prior to their expiration? And if so, what happens to the premium received from when you wrote them? Maybe silly question, but figuring this out. Okay, so let's say you sold calls for $1. Say you sold 5 of them. That's $500 would have been deposited into your account that day that you did the sale. And then a week and a half later, you buy them back for $0.10, okay? And it's a $50 cost to buy the 5 back, right? $10 each. So you pay $50 to get them back. You wrote them for $500. You had the $500 in your account. Now the $50 comes out of your account. You got $450 in your account. It's your money. It's all your money. Nice little profit of $450. Debbie, you can make money here. That's how this game works. It goes into your account. What's the last job before you retired? Who says I'm retired? You think this is retiring? Oh, gosh. Oh, baby. I've done it all, Austin. I've done it all. Good explanation, Coyote. And nephew. Jen Jr., you should bring the record player and a Yoko album. She gets to the U.S. home security guy at the airport in Calgary. Yeah, what are you bringing in? No, I'm bringing in a record player. Are you bringing any records? Yeah, I'm bringing in a Yoko. Denied. Entry denied. Oh, man. Joe, I like Goldman Sachs, June 17, close to the money. I'm already making money on my Goldman option right now. Yeah, it's a reversal. You sell first, then you buy back. That is correct. Just use a portion of the premium to buy them back at a lower price, of course. Yep, Hector, Uncle Bruce, right on Goldman. Absolutely. This is why you're right on green, buy back on red. There you go. Peter says, Debbie, when you sell your covered calls, you get that premium instantly. When you buy back, add that premium, you pocket it to the cost difference between sell buy. Think of it as a bonus money. Who cares says, Uncle Bruce, I have a lot of IBM that I bought long-term for dividends. The recent slide in IBM has me hurting. Any thoughts on how to approach IBM covered calls, long-term covered call to get premium in a slow-moving stock? Sure. I mean, you can write, you can write a 2 month out, 3 month out, 4 month out contract on IBM, and you could write like maybe 125s. And if the stock starts moving up in the next month to the 122.3 range, and you feel you need to do a rollover to the 130s, you can do that. Absolutely. Yeah, bring money in on IBM. You bet. Mm. Mm. Come on, HIP. My 1750 options expire today. Come on. Let's go, baby. Come on. We're up. We're unchanged at 381. We need a little run today. Just a little. 515 on Spire, down 11. ME 1015 down a penny. Matterport down 66. GameStop up 217. SoFi up 25. And Rocket Lab up 20. Spire hit a low of 506. New all-time low. 506. Did anyone have a stink bid it at 506? Because it didn't hit 505. It didn't hit that round number. Poor Spire. I'm addicted to gambling. What's up with Spire? I have Spire from AH that hit 496. You can get a Spire $5 call for January 23 for 223 right now. Nephew Nick says, Debbie, hit send too soon. When you sell, the premium becomes your cash immediately. And if you want to buy back, you use the same funds and keep the difference if you're ahead. There you go. Just got some Spire for 510, says Auntie. Why is this so suppressing? Sell my house fast, says best of luck, MD. And Spire, such manipulation. I'll be right back. I'm going to take a second mortgage on this Spire, on Spire calls. Max, Bruce, if you own 200 shares of a stock and you feel it will stay relatively flat, could you write one call option and one put option on the same stock? That's a good question. Will a brokerage firm let you do one on each side? It depends on the firm, I bet you. I bet you some firms will allow it, some won't. You probably need a margin account. But then again, if you're doing a spread, no problem. Absolutely. We're down 250 on the Dow. Down 5.25 on S&P. Oil down $2. Stocks in Europe under pressure, and the euro. Investors fear more lockdowns following Austria's move. SoFi 2092 up 35. Matterport down 84. 2656. Those calls that you wrote on your Matterports all this week, they are shrinking, baby. Beautiful. The buybacks are getting cheaper and cheaper. Spire 516. Didn't you say not to buy calls under 20? Not to write calls under 20. Told you not to write call options if the stock's under 20 bucks. Okay. Matterport used to be 13.15. Now look at it. Patience is the key. Bagel, 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 bagel. There you go. Coyote, you got it. Jen is like the lamp. There is no Jen. I just jumped on Spire to 515. You're welcome. I got sick of waiting for my limit order. 516 right now on Spire. Down a dime, going higher. Up a half a penny on ATIP. GameStop backing off. 211.77. $211.40. Going back, coming back. Cheddar missed it. Thank you for your service. I needed to round out 100 shares. Great. I think I bitched about this stock the whole time, and now I got 100. Here's to the basement. Yoko border fails. Oh, man. Not doing too much today, says Credit Savage. Next week is flat, so I sold 15 SoFi, 24 and a half covered calls for 30 cents, expiring 12/3 because I just want the free money. Buying Amazon gift cards to buy gifts with that money, put it in good use. Yay! Investing in Spire is also fun because who doesn't like space and satellites? It's cool as hell. What do you think about Matterport call 2250 for 630, expiring January 22? Wow, it's a good one to write. I'll tell you that. That's a good one to write. But boy, oh boy, unbelievable. The Matterport is 2671 down 69. Rocket Lab 1570 up 22. SoFi 2098 now up 41. We're hitting 21 on SoFi perhaps. Okay. LCI 55 for today, up 120% in 10 minutes. Level up. You have created a monster, bros. Who doesn't love space and satellites, Cheryl? I agree. Frustrating. Someone tell Kramer to start ripping on ATIP. We need this thing to climb. The good morning, Uncle Bruce. Did you have any good news about Spire? I have 5,300 shares and lost 4,100 so far. What should I do? Maybe try options. Just sit tight, my friend. Just sit tight. Just sit tight. 517, down only 9. Does anyone want to answer this question? Uncle Bruce, when I'm writing a covered call, do I have to take a delta and at least 45 days into consideration? Anyone want to try that question? SoFi 2099. Go SoFi, go. High of the day, 2099. 6.6 million volume we're going through. We're going through 21. Low of 1994. Who sold it? Who was the idiot that sold this stock at 1994? Unbelievable. Why would you sell SoFi at 1994? I haven't even had my bagel yet. Why would you do? What are you thinking, man? Oh, man. They don't watch the show. What a guy has to do. Oh, boy. SoFi, if it goes through 21, it could pop to 21.25 real quick. Oh man, Matterport down 49 to 26.91. The low was 26.41. So we're 50 cents off the low already. Matterport's coming on. Volume 1.5 million on Matterport. Mm, 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 mm. You know what I hate about Kleenex? When you get to the bottom of a box like this, they're very light. And when you pull the last or second, third, last one out, they all come out. I hate that about Kleenex. Just a personal observation. Nothing personal. It's just me. It's just me and my thoughts and my everything. I'm just an old guy. I'm like Andy Rooney used to be. On 60 Minutes. Did you ever notice? 210.57 on GameStop. It's falling. GameStop is backing off. And the question is, are the calls falling for Rob right now to the point where he's going to get them for next to nothing? This could be cool. I think I had a stink bid since yesterday for 506 for Spire. I didn't get it though. I did have a stink at 506. That might be me. I had a 506 bid. Come on, Spire, number 10 calls. Bobby says, ask, is there a way to gauge how much premium value, is there a way to gauge how much premium drop in value after weeks or months pass in time? The best way to do this, I found, is let's say you want to write a call option. Say you want to write like GameStop 210 call because the stock's at 210 right now. Something like that. You look at the option chain on some of your platforms. You'll be able to look at option chains where you can say, you can type in, show me all the 210 contracts. That's all I want to know. I just want to know what all the 210 contracts are doing. And you'll get line after line of 210s. This week's, next week's, the week after, the week after. And you can see the value of each contract as you go down further into time. And you can see what each one's trading for. And that'll give you an idea of, I can see, 5 weeks from now, it's worth this much. And then 4 weeks down to here, 3 weeks down to here, 2 weeks down to here. You can gauge the drop off. Take a look at 215s, look at 220s, look at 230s, look at contracts way out of the money, way in the money, at the money, and just study the chains. And then that'll help you determine, okay, the big drop off can happen like week 3 to 2 or from week 4 to week 1. Oh, do we ever drop off? And that might interest you in your next covered call writing strategies, especially like IBM's and Apple's and Goldman Sachs and others, where you and GameStop and anybody else, SoFi, Matterport, you might decide, I'm going to write an out of the money call 4 or 5 weeks out if I can, depending on the stock and whether the weeklies are available and so on. Certainly with Apple and with Goldman Sachs and with SoFi, you can do weeklies. Soon you'll be able to do weeklies with all the stocks we follow. But for now, some. But you'll figure out the one weekly you want to write. And you will then predetermine, okay, if I get this much for it, and it goes down to this much, I'm buying it back. That's what I'm looking for. That's the trade I want. And the clock will give it to me over 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or the clock and the downward movement of the stock, if that happens, will give it to me. So I'm going to put in stink bids on my options. So if I wrote them for $4.50 and I want to buy them back at $1.10, something like that, I'll put in a 111 bid or a 115 bid and leave it as an open buy. And if I get lucky that during lunch hour, a stock that I wrote a call on drops, a 4 or 5% drop out of nowhere for no apparent reason, you don't care. The stock dips like that and bounces back in a 15-minute sell-off wave. You're the only bid in town, maybe at 115 on those calls. You might get hit with those calls, and you'll get an alert going, you just bought back, so many calls at 115, your position is closed out. And you look at the quote and you go, stock's unchanged from 15, 20 minutes ago. The contracts are 220. I bought them at 115. What happened? The dip. And that's how you play this game, kids. Let's see. Yes, of course. Debbie, you have the right to buy your contract back a minute later after you write it. You can buy it back at any time you want, right up to the last minute of trading, if that's what you like to do. So if you write it with a week to go, and that afternoon the contract is down 20% in value, and you're happy with that quick turnaround, you just buy them back. You put in a buy order to buy back calls, and if you sold 5 and you buy 5 back, you're flat now, and you don't care who bought them from you, and you don't care who you're buying them from. You sold a call contract with a specific price, exercise price that expires at a specific, has a specific, it has a specific strike price for a specific expiry date. You buy those right back. You don't care who you're buying them back from. You don't have to know. You're flat. You've made your money. Yeah, you can buy them back anytime you want. Okay. Come on, SoFi. Let's go to 25. SoFi 2102. We're through 21. Hello, 2104. We're going through that. We're going higher. We might go to 2125 here. We're running. We're up 47. 15.99 Rocket Lab. We might break 16 on it too. 16 has been the high. If we can bust through, we might get to 16.25 on that one. GameStop 211.38 up 126, still floundering. Matterport down 57, ME down 2, Spire down 12, ATIP unchanged. Spire 514, low of the day 506. We're 8 cents over the low of the day. Let's see. Dave says you need 100% yield, 100% need margin. The written put contract would be unsecured. Have 200 shares doesn't mean anything in regards to the put. Eddie wrote $20 in the money calls on SoFi yesterday. Bought them back this morning for a quick 800. Not sure how that works, but whatever. Jeff, I'm on the Charles Schwab platform. Okay, I'm on the Charles Schwab program. And hang on, I just need to charge something up. There we go. I'm on the Charles Schwab program. Anybody know when MTTR next week calls will be available to write? The next week's, I don't know about next week's. They don't yet have weeklies. Matterport does not yet have weeklies. Rocket Lab broke through 1605 right now. That high of the day 1607. SoFi right now 2107 high, trading at 2106. They both busted through resistance points at the moment. GameStop 211.76, Matterport down 57, ME unchanged, Spire at 514 down 12, ATIP unchanged at the moment. Okay, lots going on here. Sold one LCID call for a quick 1,000 today. We're going to be flat next week. This is getting ridiculous, associates. Speaking of space and satellites, Rocket Lab signs exclusive license agreement to manufacture space radio technology from Johns Hopkins University Applied Physics. That came out before the open this morning. Didn't seem to have an effect on the stock at the time. Right now it's at $16. 2102 on SoFi. Looks like we're going to pass 21 on SoFi. I didn't mean to put more money on my stock account, but I have to see if I can get some cheap Spire after all. I'm trying to send you a paid super chat, but YouTube won't let me. I don't know why. Don't know how. I'm a good boy. I don't know if I've done anything bad. Let me just take a look here, see what it's saying over here. Everything is running normally, and everything is fine, and I do not know. You can always do a PayPal donation, which we prefer. We prefer the PayPal donations anyway. But who cares? I don't know who cares. I don't know what's going on, my friend. Should we buy calls under 20? Let's see. There we go. let's see. Let's see. If Matterport goes to 25, I've made a lot of money. Your Matterport right now is 26.82, down 58. The low of the day, 26.41. So that's quite the drop from 30.80 2 days ago. SoFi 21.04 right now. Rocket Lab 16.05, looking very good. ME up a penny. 5.16 on Spire. Spire is now up, only down a dime. It's up 6 from its low, up 10 cents from its low, now down a dime. ATIP 382, up a penny now. Okay. Here we go. SoFi coming love, says Nick. Uncle Bruce, I've got GameStop options expiring next Friday. Just waiting for the last of the time premium to decay. My strikes are a tad low. I love the price strength this stock has shown for these last weeks. Right on, 212 on the stock right now. I'm good, laughing out loud. Delta changes 3 to 6 weeks from expiration usually, I think. A DM wants to know, does anyone else have Spire calls, 1250s to 15s that expired today? Just picked up 100 more smart rent. Nice going, Trish. Let's see. People are giving advice to our friend here, Lorraine. And let's see. Good news, Bruce. Now we know SoFi won't go below 20. Okay, you know that. Let's see. Bought 200 more Spire, says Socius, at 516. What's the deal with Kleenex boxes? Jerry Seinfeld. What's the deal with those? 400 Spire at 516. Let's see here. Got Spire at 515. We're now at 515 on Spire. SoFi 2108. Rocket Lab 1605. Matterport down 49 cents. And Spire 515 and ATIP up unchanged right now. It's a 381, 382. Okay. What else? Cheddar Stacks. Spire average 552. I'm sitting at 608. Let's see. I'm at 530. Savior says, I bought a pencil to use in my Matterport options profits. This pencil was owned by Shakespeare. It's even been chewed up and all. The only drawback is I can't tell if it's a number 2 pencil or what. Oh, man. Nephew Nick, Fenveld props, and thanks to you. You gave me the idea to get into Rocket Lab on the dump yesterday. Up $3,000 today. Nice quick flip. Rocket Lab is broken 16. Exactly. Let's see. Let's go. Uncle Bruce, thoughts on SoFi covered call for December 3 for a 2250 strike price on SoFi. Well, it's December 3. It's, a few weeks out. You probably get a nice premium on it, so I'd look at that. Uncle Bruce keeps saying do covered calls with stocks over 20. I still see viewers talking about Spire. I have almost 60,000 in the business. People are buying Spire calls. They're not writing them. They're buying Spire calls long, way out. They're buying January, February's, March, April's, and May's next year. They're looking for an up move on Spire. So they're buying calls. They're not writing them, all right? Once Spire makes a run, we're hoping into the 10, 15 range, these folks will sell these calls. They'll then just turn around with the cash that they get for the calls and they'll buy the stock. Because once this thing breaks $20, Spire, they'll start writing calls over $20 a share. Okay. What else? Sold my 14 Rocket Lab call at limit of 2. I don't know a better way to shorthand it. Sorry to confuse. Yeah, we're buying stocks and calls. We're not writing yet. Lorraine, we're buying Spire, not writing. And let's see. Any good calls to write on SoFi? Yeah. December 22 and a halves, maybe 23s, 24s, 25s. Yeah, take a look. I'm buying all the dips. I did sell the other $14 Rocket Labs I had for $225 the other day, so it's fine. Uncle Bruce, I'm looking at doing a poor man covered call on Goldman. Seems 320, 330, 340 all end up at similar stock price, shares price plus premium. Looking at June 22, too far out? Maybe April? Either or you're fine. Either or. Sold a GameStop 220 covered call, expires today for $40. Makes up for me being late for work today. There you go. It's a free $40. Exactly. Let's see. June's Goldman poor man cover call is fine. Let's see. We have almost 600 people here right now. We still haven't got 500 thumbs ups. Help this guy. I have 1250 Spire left that I really wish I had sold. Nelson, I've got ATIP and Spire calls expiring today that I bought way back at the beginning. 97% loss. Have a good weekend, socials. Win some, lose some. I got to say something here about ATIP and Spire. If you bought long call options when the stock was trading above 10, then you definitely should have been getting out of those positions. Market awareness is cheddar stock. Let's see. Ciao, Uncle Bruce. Why is an out-of-the-money option still valued by the market on the Friday it expires, considering it could have been exercised until the previous day, Thursday? People speculate. They gamble. Some don't pay attention. Some are stupid. I mean, pick one. Yeah. Mel, I have two ATIP $12.50 calls on my Webull account expiring today. I have not bothered to log into it today. And grazie from Italy. You got it, buddy. Thank you. New stink bid for Spire 508. I'll let you know if I get hit. 514 right now. When Spire is finally up to 20, I think the chat group here will be a large portion of the option market makers. That'll be a good time. I have $1,000 worth of Spire and ATIP calls expiring today. Sad face. I loaded up on shares of ATIP and Spire to compensate for the losses down the road when I write call options. Okay. Rocket Lab 1602, SoFi 2102, GameStop 211.81, Matterport 2703 down 37 cents, coming back. ME up 3 to 1019, Spire 513, ATIP 380.5. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. If Spire actually hits $20, I would be so hyped. Let's see. Rocket Lab has launched. I love this community. It helps each other. Lorraine, agreed. Definitely some chill people here. Cheddar, if you trade options, you really need to be in tune with your stocks, your support levels, news, the overall market. Don't even get me started about the Greeks. Let's see, Zach, Lorraine. That's why we're in the bagel family here. That is exactly why we're here. And then Auntie will talk you off the ledge too. Ventures Duncan, what did I miss? Nothing, Duncan. There's nothing going on. There's nothing happening here. Cheddar, I think there's just a huge difference right now on Spire and ATIP. It's much less risky to play the options on them now. Jeff, a savior. Shakespeare had a thing going with Mary Shelley. It would have been an HB. Let's see. Less than 300,000 volume on GameStop in 2.5 hours. Wow, it's a snorefest. Yep, 211.43, very quiet. Let's see, Lorraine. Yep, I'm a retired school teacher from the heart of New York City. I am between Atlanta and Chelsea. Zach, over the last few weeks, I have chipped away some 20 to 75 cent gains writing SoFi calls. There's enough dry powder in my account now to buy another 100 Spire today, and this is the way. Right on. Use one to bring in money to buy the other cheap, 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 and load up. And just keep loading and keep loading and keep loading. Yes, well done. ME 1021 up a nickel. Matterport down 21 cents now at 27.19, coming back on. We got as low as 26.41. We're now 27.19. GameStop up $1.43 to 211.55. SoFi 21.01 and Rocket Lab at 16 even. Smart Rent down 6. Sixtera up 3. Robinhood 30.14 down 39 cents. IBM down 70. The Dow still down 220. Been low all day. Been down here all day. Microsoft up $1.65. Apple up 121 to 159.08. Tesla up 644. Bed Bath Beyond up 46 cents. BlackBerry down a penny. Royal Caribbean down 168 to 81.26. Goldman down only $5 now to 386. It was as low as 381. Amazon up $45. Facebook up 8. Alphabet up 6, approximately 6. Cisco down 42 cents to 53.20. Just trying. I'd be curious to see if it'll hit 54 today. I'm kind of wondering if it will. 16.05 on Rocket Lab. 21.02 on SoFi. Apple approaching 160. Let's see. Yeah, would have had a crystal ball to know to get out in time on those two stocks, SoFi and ATIP. But they dropped like one day. But since then, I bought 1,200 of each right here. I'm averaging down on this. Apple's on the move, says Auntie. Yep, it is. Rocket Lab 16.05 and now SoFi at 21. GameStop 211.55 and Matterport 27.14. It's only down 26 cents now. Matterport looking a lot better. There you go. I laugh a lot. I'm always feeling good. I love the people here. A bunch of absolute animals. I just wanted to provide my insight on why I didn't buy ATIP or Spire until now. It's all good. It's all good. We have now got 486 thumbs ups from all of you. Thank you so much, guys, for helping out. You're definitely helping the channel's momentum. If we can get 13 more, 487 now. We get 13 more thumbs ups. We'll be at 500 thumbs ups on the day. There's 488 now. They're coming through now. Thanks, everybody, for hitting that thumbs up button for me. See if we can hit 500 thumbs ups. 12 to go. Now we're at 495. 5 away. Beautiful job, everybody. Thank you so much for helping out and getting us to 500 thumbs ups. 498. 2 away, baby. 2 to go. Kirshna says, I'm number 500. And there is number 500 right there. Thank you, Kirshna. Until now, you says no Massady. Bruce, I gave you a thumbs up this morning. I'm surprised you didn't notice. I noticed. 504 on the thumbs up meter. We are still climbing here, going now for 600. Thank you all so very much. I appreciate this. Fabulous. Just fabulous. Dow's down 230. S&P down 1.5. NASDAQ down 79 points. So what's going on right now? What is happening with Rob's 220 contract on GameStop? It's expiring today. What is his? His 210 GameStop. I'm sorry, his 210 contract on the GameStop. I'm showing 210 to 315, and I'm showing his 212. The 212s are now 148 bid. The 215s are 96 cents bid. So 217s and a half are 72 cents bid. The 220s are 48 cents bid. Down they go. They are 1 penny bid at 310. 3 pennies bid, 2 pennies bid at 280, 10 cents bid at 250, 24 cents bid at 230, 48 at 220, and 210 at 210. So the 210s are next to collapse. They die this afternoon, and they're worth $1.67 right now. In theory, that's what they're worth, but they're trading at approximately 210 or less. Rob, you keep your eye. I know you're keeping your eyes on it, looking for that collapse that's coming your way. Sweet. There you go. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah. Let's see. Lordy, lordy, Lou. Let's see. Welcome one, welcome all. A lot of people talk to each other here. It's Rocket Lab popping again. 16, 14. Going high. It's coming to that $20 level, kids. It's coming for us. SoFi 2102, GameStop 211.71, Matterport 27.25, down only 15 cents now on Matterport. Now we're down 13, 27.27. We're going to go for a positive run now, hopefully on Matterport. ME up 4, Spire 514, ATIP 381, Smart Rent down 16, Sextera up 2 cents. 1618 on Rocket Lab up 70 cents. Looking good. Just bought 10 Spire Feb 22s for 270. Good move. What exercise price? What exercise price? I don't know which ones you got, Nick. Spires for Feb. Rob, the only way I lose money is on it today is if it shoots past 217. It's the only way I lose money on it. That's true. Rob, you're right. Under 217, you're in the money, and right now 211.83. All you need is a $2 dip from here, and those calls will be worth like a buck 10 or something. They'll fall off. Right on, man. Right on. Let's see. Oh yeah, Nick. What's the strike price, Nick? Two and a halves. Oh, good job. Yeah, that's a good job. I was fearful you bought fives. Good job, Nick. That buying 250s, yeah, that's a good deal. Right. Bruce, can you explain the importance of this? Latest data shows the largest indicative borrow rate increases among liquid option names includes Spire Global. I can't explain the difference on this. I can't. This is a gobbledygook that I think we should just ignore it. I really don't believe in it that much. We get this all the time. We get people really digging into this stuff like there's something really voodoo about it. I really don't care. I don't care. It's not one of the things that I look for in determining whether I like a stock or not. I'm just not into. Some are really into it. I'm not. Whatever. Anyway, ATIP has some weird chart movement. 300,000 volume and staying at 381. Something cooking. Basically no premium, says Rob, on that contract. Well done, Nick. Mallow actually sitting on my ME 1126 205 covered call. Not sure if to roll or buy it back yet. There you are. So ME 205s, and you're going for expiry next week. So going to watch that closely. Of course you are. GameStop at 212 right now, 7 in the money. It's not taking off on you. And so you and I know it can hit 200 a share at any time. It hit 220 anytime too, but let's keep an eye. Without volume, nothing big is going to happen here. Based on what Uncle Bruce is telling us, I'll be loading up on Spire every 10-cent dip. Thank you, Uncle B. What strike price do we like for Rocket Lab December calls? Auntie, if anyone else. We'll wait till it hits 20. Let's go. SoFi just took a lunch break. SoFi 2084 up 27 cents, backing up a little bit. Let's go. Yeah, let's see what it does next week. Malo, let's see what it does next week. Oh, you're going to be scolded for this. Someone's saying, oh yeah, because you're talking about writing options under 20. I meant to say GameStop. Good morning, Bruce and gang. Hey, Joanne, how you doing? 1616 on Rocket Lab, 2086 on SoFi. 212.20 on GameStop, 27.43. We're up 3 on Matterport. We've gone positive on Matterport. Now we'll see what kind of positive momentum is coming. 1.8 million traded. That's down from the last few days. The volume is backing off, but it might pick up again if the stock has a bit of a run. And that gets interesting because then you can start looking at writing calls again. See what happens there. What else we got going on here? There we go. ME up 2, Spire 514, ATIP 381. Dow down 197. S&P up 3, NASDAQ up 94. Let's see. Headline says, I'm still in disbelief how this 58-year-old woman, single woman, switched careers during the pandemic and got a pay raise too. These are stories we're hearing about all the time because of the labor shortage, and it's wonderful for folks in the business, in the market. I'm happy for those of you who are working out there and getting raises. What's up with the lamp, Bruce, over your right shoulder? I don't know what you're talking about. For those who are wary about jumping into Spire, if it has the potential to head to double digits, you can wait until it jumps to the 6 range and gains momentum to prove it can hold its gains. Yeah, you can, you can help it go to 7. Thank you. We'll get it at the 5 range. You guys jump in at 6 and take it to 7, and we'll support you. We're right behind you. Don't worry, we're right behind you. Matterport, such swings lighten up. These are the comments like I don't know. It could go to 252 like ATIP. It could. Then we just buy all of it. We'd own the whole company then by that time. Bama, Uncle Bruce, I'm trying to send a payment through PayPal on your website. Just keep saying receipt cannot accept personal payments. Let me send you a link that might work. I'm not sure what's going on here. Appreciate these heads up, though. I really do. You're really helping because I don't know what's doing this when I'm live. I don't know. Let's see if this will work here. Let's try this, and let's do that. And let's go here. Let's take this over here. Head over here. I'm going to PayPal link is here, and I'm just going to pop it into here if I can. And I'm going to pop this up on the chat. There it goes. Hopefully that will work for you guys. Try that. If you can get that to work for you, let me know either way. Okay. Hey, what's cooking on GameStop today? Strong, not giving up. Maybe I should write some covered calls to collect a few bucks. Is it worth the risk? Well, you can write calls that I'm not sure if you can write any for today, but for next week you can look at writing calls and see what kind of premium you can attract. The ones to look at would be November 2-6. So if you're thinking of writing like 210s, they're 975 to 1115. 215s are 8.5 to 9. 220s are 720 to 750 for next Friday with Thursday closed. So there might be opportunities there to write some calls and bring in some good cash. Let the weekend come and go. Monday, Tuesday, we're gonna slow down on trading. People are traveling next week for Thanksgiving, so things are slowing up a little bit. So things might get quiet. Of course, if the stock wants to pop, you can always do a rollover. It's no big deal. Johnny, thank you for the PayPal donation. It came through. Thank you. That just popped up. If you use this link, let me know. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. So yeah, look, write calls into next Friday for GameStop if you want. If you want to go further out, have a little more time and a little more money, well, then look at writing December 3rds maybe. 210s, $14 to $15. 215s, 12 to 13 and a half. 220s, 11 to 12. There you go. Money. And if you take $5 of those dollars or $8 of those dollars, or you grab half of those dollars, 3/4 of the dollars, leave the rest by just doing a quick buyback. Great. Yeah, this is what's called writing for money. Let's write something. I'm going to switch careers too from what I currently do, sitting in my PJs and writing options. Write a 210 for today for 290 and see what happens with me, says Rob. Let's see. PayPal link is here. Mallow, irony is that had it at 210 for today, bought it back on a dip, and then got greedy and resold it for the next week at a lower strike price. Happened to me too, says Nelson. You find Spire going to 250 unlikely, given the movements mergers. Yeah, I do find it unlikely. Spire pokes its head out for a big bit of green sunshine, and bam, wallop back into its hole. 513 on Spire, 382.5 up a penny and a half on ATIP. Rocket Lab 1606, SoFi 2078, GameStop 212.32, Matterport 2740 unchanged, ME up 4. Okay. No change required. You found your calling. Rob, how much you sell it for? $2, $3? Did anyone ever think that maybe it's Jen sitting at the computer every day giving us advice using a Bruce avatar and voice modulation? Bruce is the real bagel meister. I mean, you thought of that? That could be happening. Zach, Bama Babe, I've been stopped by that before. It wants to be through the donation link. At least one time I had the issue. You had to send as a purchase payment, do it as a donation, not personal payment. I feel if it was true, we were buying curling and Steeler stock somehow. I was 2 minutes behind. That seemed to work. Bama Babe says, yep, my real name is Johnny. Got it. Thank you. Thank you so much for your donation. It came through. Fabulous. Cheers to all of you out there who support this YouTuber, whether you're just watching, subscribing, a member, making donations, picking up classes on my website, or hiring me out for an hour on Saturdays or Sundays for one-on-ones. Nelson, man, hey, Nelson, I got yours too. Thank you. Thank you very much, Nelson. I appreciate that. You and Johnny are tied for the gold medal today for the largest donations made on this channel. And I commend all of you and thank all of you. I hope you are just getting richer and richer and richer on all of these option transactions. It just tastes a lot better when you're making money, and I love to see this happen. Beautiful stuff. The link worked. Thank you, Nelson. Facebook gang, Bama Babe, we see the names. Thank you all so much for your support of this humble yet wild and wacky YouTuber. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Jennifer loves this too, and can't wait to see some of you guys in Ontario who are coming to see us, Jen and I, at the theater in Ontario. It's going to be great. We're really looking forward to that. There we go. We're looking forward to this whole thing happening, and we welcome you all to the event. $49.99 donation is needed to be made to secure your seat, and that gets you a swag bag. I don't know if you know this, but over in when you go to like the Emmys or the Oscars, did you know that the swag bags are they're worth like 20 grand to 100 grand each sometimes? Like they're just humongous. So just think of the kind of swag bag you're going to get when you come to our meet and greet. I mean, think about it. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm driving there in a Tesla. I mean, just think about the upside. or did I spend all my money renting the Tesla? Well, we're not worried about that right now. It's all fine. It's all fine. I'm not rich enough, Bruce. Need more attendees. Oh man. Let's see here. 20, 30 cents worth of stuff at least in that swag bag. The swag bag sounds like an insult. I just want a bagel from the swag bag. That's all I want, man. Just give me a bagel. If you could just give me a bagel, I can eat something. I can survive another hour. I can hang on. 1608 on Rocket Lab, up 60 cents. SoFi up 24 to 2080. GameStop 211.93. Matterport 27.16 down 24. We're under again. ME up 4. Spire 511 trading at an odd number. That's interesting. Trading at an odd number. ATIP 381 trading at an odd number. That's interesting too. Wow. There's some really interesting stuff going on around here. Really interesting stuff. Apple 159.75 up 188. 159.80 on Apple. Up $1.93. Wow, what a week on Apple. Royal Caribbean down 161. Cisco down 35 cents to 53.28. Coming back. It's coming back. Unbelievable. 1611 on Rocket Lab. Wow. Okay. Amazing. Will the bags include a Technicolor Dream Coat? Spire should donate some swag to the enemies, offering naming satellites to the stars' names so they can be stars of the cosmos. Swag to the Emmys, not the enemies, the Emmys. I got you. Thanks, Rob. Oh, man. I would shellac that bagel and frame it forever. Get it autographed by Bruce and Jen first. There you go. Uncle Bruce and all friends, it's the best thing happening in today's day and age where we can chat and get advice on doing the option trades. I love it. Thank you, Nick. Happy Pappy. All right, Uncle Bruce family, time to go. Time to go exercise. Take your health in your own hands. Don't leave it to the government and big pharma. Love you all. Spire, don't be weird, bro. You're being weird. Spire, stop being weird. 510, last trade, down 16 cents. Low of the day, 506 on Spire. Manipulation? No, there's no manipulation on Spire. We've traded 193,000. No one's manipulating the stock. Rob, it was a while back. Don't know where to find Fidelity logbook, but right now, even at 205, I'm still up 30%. 579 in my favor. Right on, right on. GameStop 212.20. Laugh out loud, Coyote. Avenger Duncan. Okay, guys, just stop by to have things. I have things to do. Thanks, Duncan. Buddy, you have a great day today, and thank you for being here. Having too much fun right here until Daddy takes the T-Bird away. Yeah, when Spire rockets, it's Festivus for the rest of us. That's right. I'm thinking Welch's Grape Jelly should sponsor the meet and greet. I think you're right. So should Coca-Cola. They should provide free Coke for our meeting, don't you think? I mean, after all the Coca-Cola product that I consume and how lovingly I talk about this stuff, you think they would sponsor my meet and greet in Ontario, California? The least they could do. You'd think. Anyway, Spire, don't be weird. Adventures of Duncan, happy Friday. Oh, man, I'm trying to get sponsorships. Oh, my gosh. If any of you want to contribute to the swag bag, you let me know. If you want to make a contribution to the swag bag, send me an email on my private email and just say, hey, Bruce, I would love to contribute to your swag bag. Add this in and give it away to these folks who have made the effort to come all the way from across the country to come and see you in Ontario on December the 11th. When Spire rockets, we're going to have to air our grievances. Okay, zzz, says Nelson. Few hundred. Zzz, there you go. Oh man. Rocket Lab 1614 up 66. SoFi 2078 up 22. GameStop 212.40. Up to 28. Matterport 27.26 down 14 cents. ME up 4. Spire at 5.10 down 16 cents. ATIP 381.5 up a half a penny. Smart Rent down 14. Xterra up 6. That's what's going on right there. The old Apple rocking and rolling here. Apple is up $1.98 to $159.85. High of the day, $159.96. It's nice, interesting, round, odd numbers, wouldn't you say? Are the markets closed on Monday? I don't think we're closed on Monday. Uncle Bruce, you're going to have to stop saying brown fizzy water. They take offense to that. Mr. Seneca, 510 stink bid for Spire hit. Picked up another 1,000 shares, 5,000 strong. No trying to catch up to you, Spire moguls. Dave, Bruce's swag bag is going to be unique NFT and a 1 billionth share of Bitcoin. There's not a lot of cargo room in that Tesla there. Zach, Trish to Dish closed Thursday and half the day Friday. I enjoy watching Spire demonstrate feats of strength. There you go. Mr. Seneca, wow. Bama Babe was saying, nice capture. Yeah, Thursday closed, half the day, Friday open. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was this weekend, Thanksgiving in the U.S., but it's next Friday. Thursday is Thanksgiving, yes. Does Spire have any restrictions right now on making announcements? I'm not sure if they've had any. They might be allowed to talk here shortly because of that takeover. That might be allowed to go. So they might start talking very shortly to the world about what they're up to. That could be a lot of fun here. Spire 510 right at the moment. We're up a penny on ATIP at 382. We're down 16 on Spire. Waiting and watching and watching and waiting. Oh, my goodness gracious. Ho. That's what we got going on right there. Lots of laughs. Good times. 16-14 up 66 on Rocket Lab. Yeah, man. We're having an interesting day. Thank you all for being here today. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. Thank you to Johnny Sampson for your donation. Thank you to Nelson Reese for your donation today through PayPal. Thank you very much. And let's see. Thank you those who are becoming subscribers today. Thanks, guys. And let's go here. there we have it. Thank you for those of you who are becoming, like I say, members. Those of you who are subscribers already, great that you're here. Absolutely wonderful. And there we go right there. I'm just double checking something. I get this to work. Pop that over there, and then I can pop that over there. Okay. Thank you for the thumbs ups today. 539 now. 539 thumbs ups. Thank you guys for this. And let's go. Let's go over here. That lamp looks dangerously to the curtains, or what? Or is that just an illusion? I don't know what you're talking about. What lamp? I love that. Close every time Bruce does the ho ho. I imagine him dressed like Pimp Kramer. Hector, ho ho and ho, gets the detonators. I need the detonators. Thank you, Uncle B, AB, Uncle Bruce. Yes, get me the detonators. I need those detonators. Spire 510, down 17. ME up 4. Matterport down 24. Rocket Lab up 65. SoFi up 15. Yes. How many of you are coming from Phoenix going to Ontario for the meet and greet? Nick wants to know. Anybody coming out from Phoenix? I don't see any lamp, says LL. Where are the detonators? Pimp Gruber. That's right, a Pimp Gruber. Oh, yeah. Having some fun. We're gonna take over the theater. I'll be in bare feet, and I'll have my role figured out. Spire 30-day chart is very telling. I didn't see that 42 drop, but it may be time to swoop up some more real soon. Bomba Babe, Uncle Bruce, do you think it'll ever get down here below the Mason? Will you ever get down here below the Mason-Dixon line? That's the question. The answer is we hope so. We would like to do a number of things in the South. The number one thing we'd like to do, actually, is take some cruises. Jen and I. We'd like to get on some cruises. We have been promising our followers on Traveling with Bruce that we will be on cruise ships someday, and there are a bunch of those folks to catch up with too. But we'll let all of you know when we're on cruises. But yes, that is one of them. That will be sort of a Florida departure plan overall. That's sort of the plan from Florida. And then doing meet and greets perhaps in Dallas, Houston, Atlanta, Miami, elsewhere in Florida perhaps. Then up the coast, perhaps we do a meet and greet in the Washington area. We do a meet and greet in New York region, something Boston, something Chicago, something Pittsburgh, PA. I mean, there's a Steeler game in there somewhere. I don't know how, but I don't know what. But somehow, we're We'll see what's going on. We're plotting. Oh yeah, we're planning and plotting. Okay. FYI, Palm Desert below the Mason-Dixon line, but it's not in the south, not in the southeast. But I hear you. Hell yeah, Uncle Bruce, come on down to Miami, baby. Zach, see you in Chicago. You betcha, baby. I want to go to Chicago. Nice geographic point, 3 MD. Yeah, Seattle too. How about that? How about Frisco, Seattle, Vegas? I'd love to do a meet and greet in Vegas. We'll pick a weekend where we'll do a meet and greet, get you a bunch of you guys to fly out for a fun weekend and spend only a couple hours with us and then go gamble all you want. Thinking of something like that might be an idea too. Come to Cincinnati. They will play the Steelers at home next year, like every year. Be funny to see Uncle Bruce at Mardi Gras with his pimp coat and lampshade on, laughing out loud. Miami, you got style, baby. There you go. Absolutely. GameStop 214.32 just to tease us all. Rob is going, what the why the face? What's with GameStop at 214.64? What's the deal? Why is it doing this? We don't know. 215 now on GameStop. Why? Anyway, Uncle Bruce, any more tickets available for next meet and greet? Yes, they're less than 20. And if you'd like one, send a donation to $49.99 per person. on PayPal and come on down. We'll get you in there. Let's see. Spire, 5 cents off 52-week low. Bargoon City. John, why is it so bright over your right shoulder? I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about. Wasn't even looking. I have no idea. Wasn't even looking. 214.80 now. Got the 215 there, Rob. It touched 215.69. Took a kind of a little shot. See if this is a one-shot thing that backs off any bit. Always watching. Always be watching the markets. 214.75 right now. 214.64. Now 215.24. Popped again. 215.24. I don't know why. Something's going on with GameStop. Maybe 378,000 traded. There's nothing going on the volume. Nothing there. 215.24. Touched the high here of 215.69. 215.24 right now. Let's see what's going on there. 215.46. Interesting, isn't it? Meeting at 5. Do whatever you want. GameStop during the day, as long as you come back to 209.99 by the end of the day. Malo, why GameStop? Why? Damn it, I can't make it to the meet and greet. How many are you selling anyway? That's secret. That is a state secret. The power of modern digital technology. We have 545 thumbs ups. GameStop doing something. 337.4 volume by midday. Zzz. Kind of figure Matterport would give up more ground after its positive gain already. Seems to be holding on well. How does it go up in such a dismal volume? Speed is to squeeze. I cannot find anything that says Arizona is considered below the Mason-Dixon line. Clarification, please. There you go. 215.75, 215.83. New daily high, new day intraday high. Hit 295. Sorry, hit 1595. Now 215.70 at the moment. A little shot on the GameStop shares, everybody. Time to rub Genie's magic lamp and make a wish. GameStop, woot woot. 215.90 now. 215.99. Hey, if it wants to go to 220, rollovers are coming. It's no big deal. We will do rollovers. 215.99. High of 216.16 apparently. Volume now still showing 398,000. 215.99 right at the moment. John is saying I'm thumbs up number 456. Thanks, John, buddy. 215.33. A little back off here. 215.36. Volume high. The high at 216.16. Now 215.36. So 80 cents down here from the high a moment ago. Spire. January 2023 $7 calls can be had for $150. No volume on 2024 calls. $7 calls on Spire. Yeah, that's still out of the money though. I wouldn't go there. Obama Bay, pretty sure Arizona was a Confederate state. 215.10. We're backing up here now, down $1.06 from the high from 3 minutes ago. 215.35 now coming back on again. So what's going on with GameStop? I don't know. 215.40. I do knew. 215.32. Okay. Arizona wasn't a state until long after the Civil War, says Coyote. There you go. 214.90. Just backed up. 214.83 now. A little lower. $1.30 lower from the high. Now 214.95. Watching GameStop closely. 214.89. Okay. Laughing out loud. Confederated State of Mexico. 214.78 on the GameStop shares. 214.74 now. About $1.40 off the high of the day, set 5 minutes ago or so. 214.74 on GameStop. Volume now is 417,000. Extremely quiet overall. 214.60 backing off again. Those calls will be backing up here. Uncle Bruce, I'm looking at December 22 ATIP 250 calls for $1.50. Or I can get $5 calls for around 80 cents. No one's no one's in the money already, but I can load up double the contract for 80. That's far out as what I needed. Okay, so ATIP, the stock is 384, and you can buy the 150s, the 250s for $1.50. That's a $4 purchase price. I'd buy those. I would just buy those. As soon as the stock hits $5, you got a 250 book value plus premium, probably a buck. You got a 350 contract. No, you don't want to wait for the $5 call to get into the money. You want to be in the 250 and be in the money now. Yeah, I would think that's it. As ATIP sorted their C-suite, not that we're aware of. Research is for nerds. I'll never do research. Should I go further out? No, don't go further out. 214.62 on GameStop now. 214.62 with a high here of 216.16. This is a $1.50 off the high approximately in the last 7-8 minutes. Is this just a little pullback for another pop, or is this going to give up some ground here? We'll be watching this. The Arizona Territory sided with the Confederacy, while the New Mexico Territory sided with the Union. Malo, go, profit takers, bring GameStop down to me. I know after the Civil War, many Confederates fled to Arizona. Good, and we're laugh out loud. Good on. We're at 214.29 now, backing off more. Now 457. So around $1.50 to $2 off the high of the day. Did you ever sell your cards? Nope, never did sell the cards. They're in storage in Calgary. That's where they are. Comics in storage in Calgary, especially the really valuable ones. Yeah, they're in storage in Calgary. I'll deal with them later. 214.57 on GameStop right here, right now. The market Dow is down 164. S&P is up 4.8. NASDAQ up 106. That's where we're at on the markets. Oil down 353 a barrel to 75.40. The oil is falling dramatically because now the numbers are all fouled up. Looks like China doesn't need as much because they're going to release oil reserves. Asia is going to have lots of supply. Europe won't need as much because it's going into another lockdown scenario, country by country by country. The world economy is not going overheated, so that's going to back it off. Oil is coming off. We might see a $1 drop a gallon in the U.S. If this pace keeps going. You'll see a serious drop, which will take the pressure off of inflation, which will take interest rates lower. So, those of you looking at a mortgage, a refi, those of you, wondering about higher interest rates, not going to happen. 215.28 on GameStop. There you go. Bama, babe, gotta try and retire early on Spire, says Mr. Seneca. There you go. This is all she is. Matterport is up 13 cents. It's gone positive. SoFi at 20.92, up 35 cents. Rocket Lab 16.12, up 64. ME is holding a 2-cent gain. 5.12 on Spire. 3.85 on ATIP, up 4 cents now. Smart Rent down 22. Sextera up a dime. That is the market there. The Dow down 181. GameStop just popped up again, 216. 216.02 just jumped to get within, it just hit a new high, 216.19. That's the high of the day. And now I see 215.82. So we've hit a new high yet again on GameStop with a $6+ gain here in the span of 30 minutes. We don't know why. We just see it happening. 216.28, new high of the day on GameStop. Looking for news announcements, and there aren't any really. There's something released through SEC. Don't know what this means. This isn't anything official from the company. No, there's nothing from the company at all. I don't know why this is here. Some kind of announcement. So it's not even an announcement. It's more of a recap of trading. Absolutely pointless. 216.35 on the stock, new high for the day. 216.85, new high in the day. 216.99 on GameStop, high of the day. Up 6.87 a share. And the volume now on GameStop is approaching 454,000. 216.97.99 was the high of the day. We're going to break through 216 the way this is going. It's going to get to 217 and beyond. What is going on? I don't know. Let's say, John, have a great day, everybody. Thoughts? I sold open cover call SoFi 1231 2350 for 110. Right on. That's cool. Yeah, that's a good trade. Let's see. Humanity's flirt. After Spire goes up from the new buyers, are we expecting it to settle at a lower than 3 times price? Or should we take profits and buy back and expecting a dip then hold? I don't know. Well, I'll let you know when we get there. That's a ways down. SoFi, what a shot. SoFi 2106 up 49. It's moving up. Rocket Lab 1611. GameStop 216.51. We reached a high of 216.99. Matterport up 30 cents to 27.70. We're up a nickel on ME. Spire 512. ATIP up 4.5 cents. SmartRent down 22. Cyxtera up a dime. IBM down 67 cents. Apple at 159.92 up 205. Tesla up $7. Royal Caribbean down 179. Goldman Sachs down 5. Amazon up 56. Facebook up 12. Google up 6. So we're getting a lot of movement here. 2106 on SoFi. 512 on Spire, 386 up a nickel on ATIP. Matterport 27.78 up 39 cents. GameStop 217.09. GameStop 217.09. New high on GameStop up $7 almost. It's what is this? It's obvious. Uncle Bruce Rob posted his bread even. Then the cereals watching they're out to get him. Okay. Thanks, Uncle B, says John. And isn't GameStop movement standard Friday option hedging by brokers? Don't know. Thanks, Uncle Bruce. Uncle Bruce, putting in the overtime this morning. Uncle Bruce, I'm up $50 on my covered call this week. Thanks so much for all you do. Rob, you know what? We're still loving it. Let's see. Make that 16. GameStop 216.57, high of 217.09. 216.77 on GameStop right there. Watching it closely. Rocket Lab 1611 and SoFi 2102. Matterport 2780 up 40 cents. Spire 512. ATIP 386.5 up 5.5 cents. 216.56 on GameStop, about 50 cents off the high of the day, 217.09. So why, what, how, where, and when? I can't answer that right now. But that's what it's doing. The volume on GameStop now is showing 488,000. So we've added about 110,000 volume in about a half an hour, I guess, which is a little better. A little movement, brought in some buyers. 217.22, new high on GameStop now. 217.22, new high right now on GameStop. So those contracts are 722 book value, and this is why they don't drop to zero, even though they go into the negative with a day and a half to go. There are speculators hoping for something like this. They're praying that this happens. But this $7 gain can evaporate in 15 minutes, just as fast as it got here. So we'll watch this closely. 217.30. It seems to be hitting new highs, but just pennies higher, not like 50 cents, $1 higher. We're not getting that kind of real punchy power, but it's trickling up in pennies. 217.22 right now. You don't have to complain about it. Just saying it's what it is. 494,000. We need like 100,000 every 5 minutes. We need power to really move this market. Sustained power. It's not going to happen here if this is doing this. This will peter out. 217.28 right now. High of the day, 217.22. It is at the high of the day. 217.61 was the high. 217.29 now. Watching closely. Anyway, that was sarcasm, Uncle Bruce. I have Shelton pointed out next time. Thank you. Damn it, Jim. I don't get it all the time because I'm kind of busy. I'm just reading and I'm just running and like I say, what can I tell you? Hi all, a busy work day. Seems the market is the same today. Anyone else thinking Matterport charging up to hit new highs next week? 31, 32 maybe. Matterport looking good. Time to ride again. Cody on GameStop. It is a PI/FI options buyers. They're going into November 26th contracts today on an expected run. The Bama Babe, I got to go catch you simpletons this afternoon. 216.74 now after hitting a high of 217.61. 216.71, 216.78, 216.93. It's jumping about here. High of 217.61. 216.44.33 now. 216.33 down $1.30 from the high at the moment. Really jumping around here. Zach, Baba, Bama, Babe. 216.50. So they were 761 in the money. Now they're 650 in the money. And now they're 636 in the money. They're backing up again. Matterport 27.75 up 35. SoFi 21.05 up 48. Rocket Lab 16.12 up 64. Spire 511. ATIP 387 even up 6 cents. Okay, 217 again on GameStop. We're back to 217. 61 cents away from the high of the day. Okay, all righty. Kind of entertaining, isn't it? We're down 179 points on the Dow. We're up 6 on S&P, up 121 on NASDAQ. That's what we've got there. 216.98 now. Just under the 217 mark. Rob, your covered calls. SoFi, I believe you, kid. Show them what you got. Did you get exercise? Did you all get exercised yet? Insomni Ape was wondering. GameStop 216.96. 216.96. 97. 96, 97. And the GameStop volume now is 528,000. Okay. 216.91. Now 217.15 going for a high, some 45 cents away from the high. 217.15 last trade with a 217.61 high of the day. Hmm, 217.32, a little better. Man, selling covered calls on GameStop going into next week. Brave. Hey, whatever you want, however you want to play it, do the rollovers. They want to play that game, you'll do those. We're up $7, 217.15 right now. 216.93. I'm showing two different prices now. Spire 510. ATIP 387 up 7 cents. The high of the day 390. We need 2 more pennies on ATIP to hit the high of the day. We're 2 away. Rocket Lab 1608. 216.82 on GameStop. Can't hit the new high at the moment. 217.61. Just about 80 cents away from the high of the day, but this can be moved out quickly if it wanted to do it. Or it could back up a buck or two. We'll see. But we'll see. It's been a hype fest, so we'll probably get clobbered out, but we'll see here. 216.66. Almost $1 below. Now 216.80. Matterport. 227.96 up 56 cents. This is the best level since about just short of 10 o'clock this morning. We're up 56, just short of $28 a share. The high 28.73. That was right at the opening, first 15 minutes in. 28.03 on Matterport, up 63 cents, climbing again on Matterport. You might be writing 30s, folks. Get ready. You might be writing 30s. 216.63 on GameStop. That is about $1 below the high of the day set 10 minutes ago or so. 216.63. Now 216.39. Little dipping here. Matterport 27.92, SoFi 20.91, Rocket Lab at 16.07, and ATIP now going up 8 cents to 388.9 cents. So pushing 8 cent gain on ATIP, 510 on Spire. ME now up 6 cents, a little better. 217.39, nice pop on GameStop again, higher, 217.39, zooming in and coming into the high of the day of 217.61. Matterport just under 28 at 27.90. Okay, 217.60 right at the high of the day on GameStop, pushing the high of the day around. Volume now 583. Nothing serious on the volume. 1770, new high of the day on GameStop. 217.70, new high of the day up 758. Okay. Still a good time to sell covered call on SoFi if we've headed the new level soon. Well, SoFi slowly climbing. We've broken 21 a couple of times. Can't hold it. Uncle Bruce, do you think you could make ATIP hit 13 before the close for me? Thanks in advance. Let me make a call. I think Rob is going to make it. He'll go down power hour. 217.81. That's a new high level. 217.97. 218.10 is the high trade so far today. 218.10. If these want to break 220, Rob has the privilege and the know-how that he may do a buyback of this call and roll into 220s or 222.50s or 225s for next week or the week after and bring in even more money than he'll spend to buy this one back. 218 even on GameStop, up 788, because he will get that plateau and he'll catch the downside on the other end. But we just have to see what the stock wants to give us. 218.16 now, another new high. 218.16 on GameStop. That's the high of the day. It's never been a secret that I'm rooting for the guy who bought Rob's covered call. 218.50 now. Just jumped to 218.50 for a moment. There it is. Volume on GameStop now is 611,000. We're up 806 on your stock. So all of you holding GameStop are richer. 218.45. Those of you who are call writers on GameStop, you might be looking at 220s, 225s, either for next week or the week after, or you might look at 230s for 3 weeks out. I don't know. It's up to you. And Rob, I'm in a meeting. I cannot be bothered to listening. Laugh out loud. I'm not worried, and I hear you there loud and clear. Shouldn't be. 218.44 right now. Hit 218.57 for the high. And there you are, 218.44. And 218.40. High of the day, 218.57. Insomnia Ape is laughing out loud. 27.93, up 53 on Matterport. ME up 11. ATIP up almost 8 cents. Spire 5.11 right there. GameStop 218.40. SoFi 20.85. We're up 55 cents. Rocket Lab trading at 16.01. Okay, 218.72, new high for GameStop, 218.72. Sort of two steps up, one down, two up, one down. That's the pattern now for the last 40 minutes. Definitely climbing, definitely been climbing. 218.50 right here. Right on. Friday's meeting, have a blast. I hope he sells it today for those prices because they're finally up. John, Rob, Bagel Head, stick together. Alex, is it worth buying some GameStop calls here as a day trade or a swing trade? No, Alex, it's never worth your while to be a buyer of contracts in GameStop. Way too many premiums. You're better off being a writer. 218.70 now is the current price. The high of the day, 219, and that's where we are right now. We just hit 219. This stock can drop $20 in 5 minutes. Rob says he knows. He is aware of this. 219.24 just jumped again. 219.40 for the high of the day. Volume 642,000, still coming on, but not in the millions. It's got to sustain this. 219.31 last trade on GameStop, up 9.19. Again, looking to write 220s out there, 225s. Keep your eyes on those premiums. You might want to take advantage of these premiums. 219.43, high of 219.45. And this one's giving you a gift for an opportunity to write. We'll see what happens. 2782 up 43 on Matterport. ME up 11. Spire 510. ATIP up 6.5. GameStop 219.61 to 66. New high. New high at 67. 219.67 is the high of the day now on the GameStop shares. How about that? This market's open to normal time today. Yes, folks, don't be scared to write any covered calls for SoFi for next week or December 3rd. You must remember next week is a short week. No trading Thursday, half a day Friday. These contracts will contract quickly. They will collapse. We're up 26 cents on SoFi. We're up 45 cents on Matterport. 219.06 on GameStop. 219.42 now. High of the day, 67. 219.67. So we're popping back up a little more. Volume on GameStop is now 661,000 right there. 219.66, right at the high. We're right at it. 78, just saw a 78-cent trail go through. That's a new high. 219.78, that's the high of the day. And we're at 219.66, 219.57. Watching closely, 219.35. It touched 219.78. That is the official high right now. Okay. We got 219.39 on GameStop right now. Okay. And we'll do that. 219.76 again. This is the high. 219.76 going for 220 now. Going for 220. 219.76. And we might take a shot at 220 here on GameStop. 219.54, 219.76, 219.78 is the high of the morning now. 219.54 last trade. We're running all over the place here. I think we're going to try to hit for 220. That's what's going on here. I think it's going to happen. I'm not sure, but it looks like it's going to happen. Let's see. Woohoo! 219.47.54 and the Matterport 27.84 up 44. SoFi at 20.80 up 23. Rocket Lab at 16.06 up 58. Spire 510. ATIP 386 up 5. 219.38 on GameStop. Yeah. Here we are. It was really something, looks like something really to the GameStop quarterly and year-end rollover date. GameStop is a thriller. That's what's going on. 219.69 last trade. High of the day, 78 cents. 219.78. 219.57. I think we're just getting close to backing up, coming up, and getting some straight, and then going for the jump through 220. If it breaks through 220, it could go right to 221. That'll be a sort of an adrenaline rush right through it. We'll see if that's true or not. If there's enough volume to come in on it, enough shorters will panic and buy in. 689,000 volume. So we've added 300,000 volume in the last hour, which is an improvement. 219.38, now 219.79. New high right now. 219.79. Just hit the new high. Looks like 220 is next. That, to me, is what I'm thinking is going on. 219.88 was just touched at the high here on this little run right now. 219.79 with a high of 88. AMC's coming on probably in sympathy with GameStop. 219.82, high of 88. We're going to push for 220. I just sense this thing coming. It just looks inevitable. We're going to break through 220. So those of you who are thinking of writing 220s, write a stink offer, create a stink offer. Or if you're thinking of writing a 220.250 or a 225 contract, put in stink offers. Might be a couple of bucks higher than the offer right now. If you get lucky, you might get out 220.50 right now. 220.50. Like I said, we'll break right through it, and we'll go through that for a bit. We could hit 221, 220.50 for the high, 220.45 current trade up 10.33. 220.20 right now. That is the volume on GameStop. The volume now, the price of 220.20, the volume 720. Had to buy up some stock to get that 220 barrier out of there. And here you go. If it breaks 220, it could go to 255. That's quite a leap. Let's see. Yep. Let's see. 250 Bruce. That overpowering low volume and higher. Let's see. Those contracts were 30 cents when I sold them. Wow, they're 25 and the stock's higher. That's the beauty of time. I sold 15 contracts, easy 450 just for having shares. 220 even, $220 even on the stock. The high of the day, 220.60. We touched 220.60. We're at 220 even at the moment. 220.21 now, coming on again. At this rate, I'll only write a few calls a quarter or keep having to roll these out. W. Walters, I made a few panic rollovers, and now I'm at 210 strike price for January. How high before I roll out into the stratosphere? Just sit tight. You get the January call, so you can sit tight. You can always roll over now into 220s if you can get a better price. Like if you wrote Feb's, bought these and then wrote February's. If you can get more than 10 or 12, or you get like 12 to 14 bucks for them, you might look at that. But only if you get a good dollar on them. I wouldn't do the rollover just for the rollover. Let's see, how are we doing here? February 18, 220s, $38.50, 230s, $34, 240s, $32. There's some really nice margins there. Even 210s will get you 40 bucks. But if you're sitting on, what are you sitting on right now? You're sitting on January. January. Yeah, you're sitting on January calls. Let's see, where are we here? Here we go. January 210, you said? January 210. Okay. Yours are 35 to 38. So if you were to write further out February's, you could write 220s for 38 to 40. So you get almost 40 bucks. That would give you more money. But if you wrote, that would be one move to move the strike up 10 bucks, right? Right now the stock's 218.45. That would move you up $10 in your strike. But on the other hand, you can just sit tight with what you have here and just see if this market wants to back off and come back towards you. You're into January's, you said? There we go. January's. My machine's acting up. January 21's. GameStop 218, 210s. Yeah, 35.85 to 38 is where they are right now. And let's see what the stock wants to do. The contract looks like it's gone up 548 approximately for the last trade at 36.30, with a stock moving up to 10 bucks higher. Now the stock's only up 840 at 218.52, so we have a bit of a pullback coming. So these might give up a couple of bucks quickly. If the stock backs off to where it was earlier today, these contracts will drop back to 30 bucks or less. We'll keep an eye on that. My friend Rob sitting on 210s that expire today. Those are, what is that, 465 to 695? Yeah, they're not accurate. My quote is behind. Obviously, they're probably 850 to 9 bucks right now at the moment. 218.23 on GameStop now, 217.92. We're backing off here. The high was 220.60, and we're now down 270 a share from the high of the day. So back to 218 though, 217.18. Now we're jumping back and forth like crazy. And the Dow's down 186, S&P up 4, NASDAQ up 100. We got Rocket Lab at 1603 up 55. We got SoFi 2080, 2079 up 22. GameStop 218.34. Matterport 27.85. ME up a nickel. Spire 509, and we're up 3.3 cents on ATIP. Here we go. Chasing GameStop is like rolling a boulder uphill. If you make it past the peak, you should be fine once you catch your breath. Let's see. That's it there. 217.82 again. 217.82 on GameStop, showing a gain of 770. Hit a high of 220.60. So it's backed off a bit here from its high. It's almost off $3. Not quite down $3 from the high of the day. Just 15 minutes ago. Let's see if there's another wave of buying coming in here. 27.77 on Matterport, up 37 cents.
ME up 4. 508 on Spire. 217.53. We've backed off 507, 307 from the high on GameStop. 307 back off now. Now we're down to 1749. 311 lower. Okay. Took a chance. I bought a 180 call last month with a December 17 expiry for $2. Just letting this baby ride. There you are. Congrats. It's good money. Man, oh man, it was December 17th. You got time. I mean, you let it ride if you want. 217.27 right now. That's about $2.40 lower, 233 lower than the high. GameStop 217.25 now. Okay, Rob, you're back in the money. You wrote at 765. They're only worth 725. You're getting richer the more they drop. 217.31. 217.31. What a run. What a run on this thing. Spire 510. ATIP 383. 217.31 on GameStop. Up 719 on the day. Now 771. Rob, you're down $6. You wrote them at 765. They were worth 771. Now you're down $7. Oh, 1760. You're up a nickel. You're up $5. Way to go. Easy money, Rob. Easy money. Bruce, are you still here? I went to make breakfast about an hour ago. Figured you'd be long gone by now. Oh, you can't leave a good thing. It's just too much fun happening here. It's just too much fun. The Dow is down 191, unfortunately. S&P up 4.5. NASDAQ up 100. Oil down 360 to 75.41. Wow. GameStop 217.34. Got as high as 220.60. What a run. 217.51 now. GameStop started to do a thing. GameStop started to do a thing, and I thought I'd stick around and watch the thing happen. 217.51, 54 now. 217.54 on GameStop. The volume now is, let's see if I can get this to pop up here, 800,000 shares. It was 65,000 shares when a little over an hour and a bit ago when we were watching this move up here. Now 217.38. It's backing up again. So, Auntie says, laugh out. I walked into the room and said, he's still talking. I was thinking, I was thing o'clock. 217.27, still inching lower. 216.94, definitely going lower. 216.94 on GameStop. That is now down, almost 16.48. It's now down $4 from the high set 20 minutes ago. 216.48. Backing off on GameStop. 216.55 coming back. Rob, you're in the money now, $1.10. 216.55. Now you're in the money, $1.20. So you're up $120, Rob, and it's coming on. And now the money's coming in. Here it goes. 216.44 on GameStop. Yes, those of you who've written 210s, those of you who've written 205s, the stock's coming back to you again. We'll see. 216.44, but it can certainly jump either direction at any time viciously. We know how this works. Auntie is laughing. My meeting ended early. Wahoo, Rob, you were out of the money, but you're now back in the money, buddy. It's coming back to you. 216.44. They got as high as 220, but now you're back in the money. They're coming down, but I don't know how much more. We'll see what's going on. Did Ryan make another tweet about this wee again? Guess what I did with my call? Nothing. You did nothing. 216.94 is the price. Did you roll it when it hit 220? Did you roll into a 220 call? What did you do? What did you do, Rob? Rob, what did you do? Coyote, wondering what happened. 216.94 right now. That's where the stock is. That's the dealio here, kids. Thumbs. He says thumbs. Oh God. Nada. I didn't do anything. And he doesn't have to. It's only worth 670, and it's going to die today. And the stock is dropping from its high of the day. So let's see. Almost rolled it, but I was busy. Damn it, Jim. Fix that lamp buckle, Bruce, and Rob will let you He'll tell you, lighten up. If you look at the weekly GameStop charts, GameStop and other stocks do this run every Friday. Brokerages have to cover for the options they may have to secure. It's a quick pop and a drop. It's just a quick pop and drop. 216.57. We're down almost $4 from the high of the day 30 minutes ago. 216.58. That meeting saved your life, Rob Farragut. I might have sold some stock throw to buy later. Damn it, Jim. Rob, don't tell him. What lamp, Jim? There's no lamp, Jim. There's no lamp. There's nothing to see here. 216.27, falling again. The stock is backing off yet again. That contract is getting more and more valuable for Rob. That contract is getting less and less valuable, but more and more profitable for Rob. 216.30 on the stock now. And so he's up $135 right now on his contract. As this stock backs off, that contract gets cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to buy back. 216.09, another $20. Look at that. How about that? Easy money. Uncle Bruce. I sold my $15 call for Matterport on Wednesday after it's run up to 28, but that was my only position. How would you recommend I get back into the stock? A $30 call, buy the stock, and start writing options. Buy the stock. What lamp, Jim? Rob, I'm plus $77 right now. 216.25 and 216.11, 216.13. Rob, you're going to get richer. You're just going to get richer and richer the more this falls back. Interesting. Falling back now about $4 plus. 216.48, 216.13, jumping back and forth. Interesting. Yeah, man. Oh boy, I'll tell you. 216.47.48. 216.47.48 right now. Is that right? Yeah, 216.48 right now. Yeah, okay. Just take your profits on the call and buy the stock on the dip, says Aworth, for that Matterport stock. It's been a tough week for SoFi. Got 500 smart rent at 981. Not today, you didn't. No, yes, you did today. Yes, you did. Smart rent, 998. Right, 988. Right on. Nice going here. Nice going. Rocket Lab 16 even, SoFi 2074, GameStop 216.63, Matterport 2755, Spire 509, and ATIP 383. Oh no, lamp. Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing glue. What are you still doing on, Uncle Bruce? I just looked at the time. Why are you here? Oh, I'm watching your contract. I'm just having so much fun watching your contract. 216.86 on your stock. Wanted to see if the stock would break 220. It did. Want to see if there's anything more to it. There wasn't. And now we're back to 217. So maybe there is. I don't know. Volume on the GameStop now is 832,000, 217.05. If it hits a new high, there's something to it. If it doesn't hit a new high, there's nothing to it. And we're at 217.05 right now. It's really got to charge up here to prove to the street that there's something bigger going on than just option alignments and all that kind of stuff. Let's see how that plays out. Aspire 509, ATIP 383. Matterport backing off. We're still up a little bit on Matterport, but we're at 27.55. GameStop 217.05, backing up a tad, maybe not. 217.05 on GameStop. SoFi 2074 up 18 cents. The day ain't over. There you go, Rob. If 2 million volume came in, I'd be worried. Exactly. It's right, Uncle Bruce's Wired. Let him roll. Yeah, if it was 2 million volume, I'd be worried too. But it isn't. 217.05, and the volume isn't there. Or if it jumped to 250 again like 2 weeks ago, well, then, obviously. Spire, you temptress. Our uncle is looking after our trades. Can't ask for anyone better. Uncle Bruce is the best. 217.10 right now. 217.10 on GameStop right there. That's what it's doing. The Dow's down 186-ish. S&P is up 5.5. NASDAQ up 107 here. And January Brent trades at 78.39, down 285 a barrel. West Texas, 75.64. Oil dropping big time. 217.10 on GameStop. Yeah, oil is dropping off big time here from like 88 to 75. Yeah. All right, let's start drinking, says damn it, Jim. Rob, but I'd just write a high premium further out, higher strike out, all good. Bruce is the man. Exactly. You can always buy this back and write a 210 further out, big fat premium. Yeah, absolutely. Bring in more cash into your account. All my real uncles ever gave me was drinking problems. They never gave me stock advice. Cheers from Rob. Nick, east or west, Uncle Bruce is the best. 217.10 on GameStop. 217.29 now on GameStop is what I'm showing the latest trades at. 217.29, and the Dow's down 166. 217.05. 217.05 dropped off a bit here. All righty. 217.22 popped up again. See, jumping around. That's what it's doing. Just remember, folks, the market, the stock doesn't care what you paid for it. It doesn't care what you bought the contract for, sold the contract for. It doesn't care what your average is. The stock doesn't care. It knows nothing. It cares for nothing. The stock is purely a reflection of what people are prepared to pay for it right now. Only now. And it changes every second. And there it is, 217.23 on GameStop. And the stock couldn't care less whether you have a contract or not, or you're short, you're long, or whatever you're doing. It doesn't care. Jake, north and south, for us, money comes out of his mouth. Dead cat bounce. Jump around. Stocks are in what's that? They're in something beasts, whatever that means. 217.36 last trade on GameStop. High of the day, 220.60. Now 217.36. If it doesn't have a run now, it doesn't get a run real quick, it'll back off. Unless there's incredible volume coming in here. 848,000. There is not incredible volume coming in here right now. 217.36. You know what the funny thing is, Uncle Bruce? I actually worked for a money management firm for a bit in the early 2000s, but no one ever took the time to really explain volatility and time decay. I learned more from you. I believe it. Malo says a U.S. judge dismissed a lawsuit accusing Robinhood Markets Inc. and other brokers of wrongly preventing retail investors from buying fast-rising meme stocks, triggering a sell-off. He dismissed it. 218 on GameStop. We're back to 218. In not composed of matter having no material existence. Okay, maybe time to buy Robinhood calls. Ooh, I just like the word. Stocks don't have feelings, but sometimes they wake up feel like kicking someone in the junk. Incorporal, what a word. GameStop 218.09, a little higher. See if it's got more legs to it. We'll see. Incorporal. There you go. Sometimes stocks feel like kicking you in the junk. What can I say? 218 even on GameStop right now. The Dow is up, down 161. It's climbing. It's near its high of the day. S&P up 8. NASDAQ up 116. Okay. 218.01, 218.23, 217.86. We're jumping on GameStop here. Someone once said stocks are not your pets. That's right. 217.86 on GameStop. Just broke under the 218 level there. What will it do? Another rally higher, or will it give up some gas now? We don't know. We's be watching. 218.30 went higher. 218.30 went higher. Okay. 218.30. I think I said that about your pets, didn't I? I think I said that. 218.30 last trade on the GameStop shares. The volume now, as it's reclimbing, is 861,000. Light. It's not enough volume to sustain this. 218.30.40 now. 218.40. This is not enough. Spire 508, low of the day, low of all time, 506. Spire is 508. 383 up 2 cents on ATIP. Sixter up 11. AMC up 30 cents. Dow's down 160. Apple up $2 to 217 to 160.04. Apple is 160.04. Royal Caribbean down 221 to 80.73. Goldman down 391 now. And Cisco down 67 cents. So even Cisco not doing too bad. GameStop 218.39. 218.39 on GameStop. The high today 220.60. Okay. When are you logging off today? I wanted to catch up with your options lessons. I was planning to do it in between your live shows. I'm just kidding. I'll watch it tonight. You still on, Michael saying? Are you still on? The thing Uncle Bruce taught me was, I trust you, but I don't believe you. Hey, does your TV have sound yet? I have a suggestion. I trust you, but I don't believe you. GameStop went on a run. My stink bid for Spire still on at 506. So what are you saying is buy more Spire? Got it. Level. I think Bruce is on too long when his viewers tell him to get off so they can watch more of him. 218.11. It doesn't seem to want to blast off from here, but it's hanging around. The stock GameStop's hanging around 218, just under 220. Now, as I speak, it's 217.99. Of course, Mallow, Chief Judge Cecilia, whatever, a federal court in Miami found no proof of illegal conspiracy to cut off social media fueled trading of GameStop. Of course, it had to happen in Florida. Corruption, much? Yeah. 217.99 on the stock. 217.98 and 218.16. Who do you believe? I don't know. Which direction is it really going? Is GameStop going lower or is it going higher? 218.16 might be going higher again. 217.99 might be going lower again. That's what it's doing. Rocket Lab 15.97, SoFi 20.64, 217.90 on GameStop backing off. Matterport 27.58 backing off. ME down 4 backing off. Spire 508 backing off. ATIP 3 to 383.5 up 2.5 cents. Smart Rent down a dime. Sixter up 11 cents. 217.90 on GameStop now. 217.80 on GameStop now. So now it is backing up a little bit. But is it backing up in big chunks or just pennies? Because that won't last either way. I don't know. That doesn't even make sense. I'm getting dizzy watching the show now. Up and down, up and down. Hood is $29 from where it should be. If I recall correctly, that judge's husband has ties to big finance companies somehow. She should have recused herself, but didn't. 217.73 on GameStop as it is beginning to slowly inch back, but that's not good enough for option writers. It needs to back off quicker. But 217.73 is the price. 217.81, that's what it's doing. I do know. Ringu, I do know. Anyway, I am going to take a break now. I've been on the air for 3 hours, 46 minutes. I do need to get a rest in here. I'll be back at 3 this afternoon for the last hour of trading. And we'll play that by ear. Those of you who want to join me for the meet and greet, we're down to under 20 tickets as of this morning. We'll keep you posted on the availability of tickets for that. Thank you all for being here. We have an apparel sale on Redbubble, flash sale, 25% off apparel. Use 25 off apparel as your code to shop now. This expires November 22 at midnight. This is on T-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, all 20, what did they say? 25% off. It's all valid on A-line dresses, active T-shirts, baseball sleeve T-shirts, chiffon tops, classic T-shirts, sleeveless tops, fitted scoop T-shirts, fitted V-neck T-shirts, graphic T-shirts, dresses, leggings, skirts, lightweight hoodies, lightweight sweatshirts, zipper hoodies, tank tops, long T-shirts, long sleeve T-shirts, premium scoop tees, premium tees, relaxed fit T-shirts, essential T-shirts, dry blend T-shirts, and V-neck T-shirts. Remember the code, 25 off apparel at checkout. So if you're going to Redbubble, you go to my Redbubble store and you want to buy anything like clothing, for someone you love or for yourself, you get a 25% discount. Redbubble is coordinating it. I have nothing to do with that sale. Redbubble's doing it. 217.26 on GameStop. 217.05 on GameStop. Now it's backing up a little more. 217.05 on GameStop. Okay, there you go. SoFi just went negative. We're down 9 cents now. Matterport up 26. ME just went negative. Spire still negative at 506. Spire 506. Coyote, come to me. Come to me. I just got some at 507, says Auntie PC. She's putting a stink bet ahead of you. She put a stink bet in ahead of you. 506 is where it's trading at. GameStop 216.90, under 217 now on GameStop. It's backing off too. Profit taking, whatever it is, end of the week. Who knows? Who knows? Matterport 27.67. Spire 506. ATIP 382 up a penny. That's my guess. Betrayed, says Coyote. There it is, G. I got you. I got you by a penny. 506 on the Spire. Ha! I got it at 506, Coyotes. I got mine. I got hit on my stink bid. There you go. Picking it off at the low trade of all time. 506. Anybody got any 501 stink bids? Just in case. 496 stink bids in case it breaks 5. Just in case. I don't know. Just wait until you get it cheaper than her and you can gloat. See, it's coming for me at 506, says Abram. Coyote's laughing. 506, it's worth trading at. Oh, no, I meant there. 506 is. Credit, put in a bid to buy 10 calls for Spire, May 22 for $1. Let's see if it hits. No stinky enough. Abram, did it hit yet? We're now at 506 on Spire. 382 on ATIP. GameStop 217.41, just jumped 50 cents the other direction real quick. That's how it goes. GameStop is like putting the kettle on. It comes to a boil and simmers back to where it was. Filed. I don't know what this means. 506 on Spire. Hey Bruce, get off the screen so I can pack over lunch. This is too fun. Get off the screen so I can pack over lunch. This is too fun. G knows I was rooting for him. I'm seeing 505.90. I hit it, yeah. Please tell me your stink bid offers and I'll bid 1 cent over all of them. 217.34 on GameStop. Let's hope that one backs off for Rob, and we'll see what happens. On the other hand, if it goes to 317 today, everyone's richer, and Rob will do a big fat rollover, so it'll all work out. Anyway, thanks, guys. I'll see you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys. Bye for now.